The days have been hard, and the nights long on the path we tread. Too many questions and too few answers echo in my head. My peace of mind comes from knowing that you are by my side. Let us begin.
Hello, everybody. Welcome to the Oddities D&D.
Hi, Mom.
Is your mom out there?
No.
Oh, don't do that to me. I was like, oh my God. That'd be so cool. Well,
Hi, Daddy.
well,
Hey, baby.
all right. Before we get into all the craziness this week, we're going to go around and introduce all the players that are playing with us tonight, starting with Viria.
Hi, I'm bilingual, bicultural, bisexual, and by myself. And I play Viria, the Hexblade Warlock. Oh, and my name's Ari as well. I forgot that part. Anyway.
All things true. Across from her is Rose.
Hi, my name is Fred, and yeah.
All right. Down from her is Nagheim.
Oh my god. Okay. Hi. I'm not doing a witty intro this week, luckily, because Ari would have beat me. I'm doing a little promo because I'm starting streaming at some point this week, either tomorrow or Wednesday. So yeah, you can give me a follow. I'm gonna be doing cozy games and Dead by Daylight and Apex and stuff like that are also cozy. Anyway, I have cute art now. I play Nagheim and I'm Zanzan.
There
Well,
you
it's not
go.
you can, it's you have to.
Who is what's your Twitch?
yeah.
It is Trash Can Zan.
There you go.
Pop it in.
Everyone.
Pop it in the chat there for everyone.
Oh,
Yeah.
Hmm.
oh
And last
God.
but not least, we have Cult.
Good evening.
It's
I'm
not yet.
Chip Rogers.
It's not
and
yet.
This is the Western Report.
This is just you, Cult. It's not yet.
What the fuck, man? You just wrecked it. Oh.
Jason, you're ruining things.
There's the setup afterwards. I'm setting you up and then we do that. Do you not know the format after like 59 episodes?
I'm Chuck. I play Cult. I'm half-orc rogue. Super cool.
You are super cool.
Let's get back with the format then. Oh, I'm
been
sorry.
amazing.
Our host is giggling.
I feel like I just broke you. I was like, wait a minute. I'm just going to stop.
So, who's going to tell us about what happened last time on our
I don't
TAL'DOREI
know.
campaign?
Yeah,
Okay.
who is?
I
I
wonder-
know.
I wonder if there's a special guest who could help us with this. Who could
Yeah,
it
I'm
be?
on strike. I didn't write the log this week.
A very talented
I'm not-
reporter could save us.
Yeah, I'm not paid enough, so
Good
Let me-
evening. This is Chip Rogers, and this is the Western Report. Our up-to-date information and recent interview with Tad the Mercenary shows that the team known as the Oddities have indeed murdered philanthropist and town hero Thorndyke, also known as Thornstar, after which they escaped to family fun park The Tomb of Horrors, the Isoran double agent known as Agnar, slipping their clutches in said tomb. Lawsuits swirl about the tomb, none have yet come to the courts. After working, single father Tad joined the group. After being lost in the maze, he has described the party as acting suspicious and aggressive towards him. The party wizard, colloquially known as the Glitter Wizard, teleports the group back to Marquette. In a turn of attitude, they ply Tad with drinks before sending them on his way. Our field reporter is now in front of the Singorn Cultivarius estate, awaiting signs of the adventurers who have been seen about the grounds. Are we connected? Bethany? Are we connected?
Hi, Chip. It's me, Bethany, reporting from the Cultivarius estate. Can you hear me?
Yes, Mousekin, we hear you loud and clear. So I've heard there was yelling heard at a certain point in the estate. Can you tell us more about that?
Absolutely. Neighbors of the cultivarius are reporting a kerfuffle. A kerfuffle, I tell you. We are still awaiting comments from the cultivarius family, but I'm telling you, this journalist is ready and waiting for a comment about this kerfuffle. Kerfuffle.
Kerfuffle, strong language from our Mousekin reporter Bethany. Thank you, Bethany. I've also received reports that there was horseback riding, as well as what seemed to be a training session, which devolved into a torturous tickling session. We here at the Western Report would like to add, we are here to report the facts. As they come in, we remain a biased source of information for all of TAL'DOREI. But this is obvious to this anchorman that the oddities are guilty as sin and likely weird sex perverts. And that's all from me tonight. The Western Report, Chuck Rogers. Signing out. Chip Rogers, signing out.
This is beautiful.
I'm like, why am I writing logs? Why?
Honestly.
Why the fuck am I spending
Takes me a
time
whole
on this when we can
15
get this
minutes
instead?
to do this.
It takes me longer to write the fucking logs.
When I wrote the logs, they help me actually remember things.
I
And
just
you get to
literally,
dance.
Like, watch our stream and like click through to like I'm like trying to like what happened? Oh,
Yeah,
that
exactly.
happened.
Amazing. Beautiful.
And
Talented.
for cult point of inspiration, because I think I kind of killed your buzz at the beginning there. So
I
sorry
thought
about
you might
that.
have gotten that when I said I'm like introduce me last for reasons.
Yeah.
No, buddy, it's fine.
All
Oh
right.
my god.
I'll
I
take
died
that
when you
inspiration.
when you said mouse kid. I was done. Done. I could not.
To be fair, I was not expecting that voice from Fred. Next campaign voice.
Well, with that, I'm
You're
gonna
muted,
say,
baby.
huh?
Fred's muted.
Oh, there. I'm like, if I'm muted. Anyway, with that, where we left off from last week, Cult is currently being dangled in the air like a foppish little boy, giggling like a schoolgirl, while Rose is intermittently tickling them so they never get a chance to breathe properly. Viria is staring on in shock and awe and amusement. But I will get both Rose and Viria to make a perception check, please.
Oh boy, let's
Good
go.
boy!
Oh boy, the boy,
Oh,
the
boy.
boy, the boy. Boy.
I
It's a
will
natural
not.
one.
Well, that's on track.
What's going on? Is Bethany with us?
Rose, are you in
Not the
roll
mouse.
20?
No, I'm still loading things because I was too busy
Painting your
doing
nails.
Bethany.
Just
I
hot
don't know
girl
what
stuff.
you're talking
Yes.
about.
I'm gonna say, pretty much you have to beat a natural one.
You said perception, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Sorry, it's loading very slowly.
It's okay.
I believe Rose has like a +6,
Plus
7.
7 now.
So I guarantee that's going to be a natural one. Technically a 2 for Viria.
Oh yeah.
Come on, give me that like +1. Gotta give me that credit.
If you have a dice
my
right beside you, just roll that
God.
for now. That's fine.
My history
Oh,
is
they're in
plus
the box.
16 with this fucking level up. Oh my god.
Shit, bitch.
There you are.
I'm clicking so many times.
Rose has joined the chat. Well then,
25. Okay.
twice.
I've been clicking like 5 nonstop.
Yeah. We're gonna get a bazillion rolls here in a second.
Yep.
All right, so Rose, as you're looking up at the flailing cultivarius in your hands, you do look up just in time to see overhead a very familiar bird just kind of soar over top of you guys as you see Albert kind of circling the scene.
Hey, Albert. What's up?
Oh, is Albert
Here, here.
here?
Here, come tickle.
No,
Have some.
no. Oh, his claws are so sharp. No,
I mean,
let me down. I'm gonna
he could
pee.
also peck him.
No. Oh,
Get in on this, Albert. Come on.
Multi-sensory experience. Are those what they're called?
Colt, make a
Feather,
Constitution saving throw.
A feather is gonna slowly start falling from where Albert was flying down towards Viria and Rose.
I have advantage on those. 13.
You do not piddle your pantaloons.
Oh my god.
Can I snatch the feather out of the air?
What feather? I'm sorry.
One of Albert's feathers seems to be floating down as they said, called for Albert to join.
Oh, okay.
One of the feathers just starts
Make
falling.
sure, athletics check or sleight of hand.
Sleight of hand. Oh boy. What's
Oh,
my
boy.
mod? Oh boy.
What's with the
Sleight
Mickey
of
today?
I don't
No,
know.
I came out once and now it's not stopping.
15.
15? Yeah, you get
Yeah.
it. No problem.
Awesome. I'll snatch it and I'll just start tickling Colt with it.
Can't breathe.
As soon as you do one of those, you do feel very kind of like sneak it right up into the
Yeah.
nostril. So it's just like
Exactly. Oh, you like that, don't you?
another Constitution saving throw.
What am I walking in on?
Foreplay.
14.
Yeah, exactly.
Cool. You're good. You're good. Are you actually gonna sneeze?
Because they're tight.
Excellent.
Oh, life
Thanks,
imitating
Albert.
art.
I take my role playing very seriously.
Amazing. Over to you guys.
Well, I guess it depends when I show up.
Can I try to squirm out?
You can try. Make a acrobatics or dexterity saving throw, we'll say.
Okay, fair. 28.
All right. Rose, if you want to let him squirm out, that's cool. If you don't, make a strength check, please.
Oh.
You squirm out.
You squirm.
Like a greased eel, he squiggles out of your grasp and like does a couple of tumbles away to a 3-point landings pose. And he goes, "Don't you come any near."
Viri's
Thank
already
you.
sprinting at him. Like,
I would like to dodge.
There you go. Right on.
And it's a
Let-
31.
yeah. Again,
Yes,
let's say this goes on for a while until.
I was
Until,
gonna say, if
Nagheim
Nagheim
shows up.
watched Viri run, I would have done something.
Ooh.
I would
Okay.
have casted haste on her.
Oh shit.
Oh my god.
Just to see if we could. Like, Nagheim would just be walking up and watch Viri sprint and just go, yeah. Just toss out haste. I feel like that's appropriate. But yeah. If Skull is still dodging, Nagheim would be like,
Would try and tackle him, but No.
I could do another dodge
Sure.
versus because you're hasted, you get.
What? You're right. I mean, our speed would technically be the same, I believe,
Yeah,
since you can
just get to do
dash.
more.
But I can.
you get
I
extra
get-
attacks and
Yeah, well, I get an additional action.
yeah.
Yeah, my speed is doubled. I have advantage on dexterity saves. So yeah, if I'm trying to knock you prone, I suppose it's a strength check.
Yeah, do it.
Yeah. I mean, I have to beat a 29. I won't beat it.
You
I
could
won't
get a
beat
nat
it.
20. Nat 20
Yeah,
is still a nat
That
20.
yeah. That's an 8.
An 8 is still an 8. This goes on. Viria charging, Colt dodging.
I'll take
Very
another.
Can go on for so long.
That's a 6. Wow. Okay. I'm gonna. Yeah.
Yeah, till they get tired out.
Are you all
It's
having
29.
fun?
Oh, thank God. Colt gets up and like brushes off and.
Presto.
How's it going?
Much better.
Yeah.
First of all, Rose, I'd like to apologize for what I said. I spent the evening where I had first met Char and the Raven Queen, and it helped clear my mind some. I think I just did not actually have enough time to fully process everything that had happened and has been happening, and it was not fair of me to put it on all of you.
No, I accept your apology.
Especially you, Rose. It was not fair of me.
Thank you.
And I will produce just a little gem trinket rose. And pass it to Rose.
I accept it. And I'm like, oh. But in and out of character.
Speaking of which, there's something I should probably tell you. Since, correct me if I'm wrong, Nagaheim, but you're probably still feeling guilty about what happened at Luthansia. And what happened with Thorndyke's ship, right?
Well, with Thorndyke's ship, of course, I am feeling incredibly guilty, but with my people, I know that the Raven Queen is watching over them. She showed me.
Well, for Thorndyke's ship, I want the 3 of you to rest easy. All the deaths were staged. We didn't kill anyone.
What do you mean?
Thorndyke staged it. He plucked people off the streets of Marquette.
I love how
Kill
Cult
them.
was like, oh, thank God. Meanwhile, Cult didn't even realize that. Oh, thank God. That's a weight off my mind.
I wasn't gonna play that too hard.
Jesus. Fuck.
I mean, one can't help feeling a little bit guilty. He's kind of killed them for our benefit.
I mean,
Yes,
it wouldn't be
but
the first set of people
that's-
What a
killed.
fucked up loser. He was telling us about like the jelly blobs and how we did bad things, and he's the one who plucked off innocent people to stage a. That's way more fucked up than all the things we did.
Rose,
Oh my god.
the term for it is called gaslighting.
Inveria did warn us.
Yeah.
I'm sorry I didn't listen.
I can't blame you. I mean, he got us back on Scalfell the first time as well. So,
Well, at least he is finished. So that's one less issue we now have to think about.
Well, I'm not done with him.
Unless you bring back his soul, I think we will be finished with him for now.
Can we bring it back just to? And
you want to
then-
go back to the tomb?
I tried to capture it. I couldn't.
No.
Slip through my fingers.
You know what? That reminds me.
I'll think
I'm
of
gonna whip out my book, and I'm gonna take out.
Let me just.
Shit! I forgot my book. My actual book.
My physical book.
My physical book.
They are committing to this role.
It's all right here on the other side of my computer. I have unidentified 3 items,
Mm-hmm.
and I would like to start ritual casting identify in front of everybody in the grounds because I just remembered.
How long does the ritual casting take?
10 minutes.
Okay. Is anybody doing
I'll
anything in
send
the
for
10 minutes?
refreshments.
Okay.
Oh, before I will plop out the bag of gold and be like, somebody count that, please.
Well, hang
And I'll
on,
push-
because you guys are a far distance from the estate itself. So do you want to do this back at the estate? Because you're kind of like in the middle of a forest. So...
Oh, I thought we were like on the estate grounds.
No, they had taken like the horses and everything and like bolted off to like the scenic route, so to speak. So if we want, we can transport this back to the estate and do it there, and refreshments and everything can be had.
Take everything back and let's go to the estate. I have
Oh, that's
things to
fine.
do.
That's cool. So easily enough, everybody gets back on their horses. Nagheim can side saddle on somebody if they
I'll
want,
fly.
or fly,
Fuck
you
it.
know, because yeah. And before long, you're back at the estate. And what? Where do you guys want to be to do all this kind of stuff?
How
I
about
would
the
like it.
solarium?
Okay,
Oh, okay, yeah.
didn't have that in
Yeah.
my mind, but hey, go ahead.
I just remembered the word. Solarium. I'm like, we totally have a solarium. It's where Mother used to do her paintings.
Yeah, I was gonna say in front of the fire, but you know what? You won my heart there.
So, because I'm not prepared, you walk into the doors and what do they see? Cult! Ah!
The solarium acts as almost like a greenhouse in a botanical garden, but it also has sort of like white painted wrought iron furniture that goes into a closet and finds cushions for and puts them all out. He sends for like a high tea, so like little sandwiches, cucumber and cream cheese, maybe some egg salad, always cut into little triangles, of course, very soft bread, crust cut off, and just like a lovely afternoon tea.
There you go. So, with a nice little brunch spread with all you guys and beverages to be had, Nagheim produces these items and starts ritually casting.
And I do toss out the bag of gold beforehand and ask someone to count it while I start my thing.
Colt,
Sure,
make a
I'll do
dexterity
it.
saving throw.
Never mind then.
Colt catches it in front of Varia's face. And then hands it to Varia.
She takes it and gives you like a long, unblinking stare as she does and starts counting, maintaining eye contact.
He is chilled to the bone. My balls have receded up into my body.
Oh boy.
So, what items, again, have you already
I have
found, so to speak?
the boots of speed.
Right?
I have 100% stolen the bag of holding,
Okay.
which is on my hip,
Mhm.
and the blade of 1,000 cuts.
Okay. So once you are done with your ritual casting, you find 3 more items and what they can do. One is bracers of defense. One is called the Ring of Mind Shielding. And the last one is a Comb of Alteration. And then Viri.
Hello.
Hello. While Nagheim is identifying all these objects, you finally count out the remainder of what was the coin purse of Thorndyke. Words are hard today. And you find that you guys have 13,673 gold.
16,000?
13,000.
13,000.
Yep. 673 gold.
Oh.
That's a number.
I'll repeat this number and I'll go, okay, well, are we splitting this 5 ways?
Oh my god, we're not
Or-
poor anymore.
4 ways. Not 5. There's 4 of us.
Yeah, the TM is
Sorry.
gone.
Yeah, I forgot Tad was gone.
Oh, Tad, I miss him.
All right. So
I hope he's not gonna write a book.
that would be 3,418 and 25 cents each.
Keep that number handy, because I've already
Have it written
forgotten.
down.
Yeah, I mean we can split the rest into silver.
What was it? 3,000.
3,418.
Wait, it's comb of alteration?
Yeah, like a hair comb of alteration.
Why can't I find it on?
And what's 25 cents? Is that
I cannot
$25?
find that. Is it a custom item?
Yep. Let me see.
Okay.
Here.
I will look it up in the inventory then.
Because
Comb. There it
yeah,
is.
because you can't divide 10 into 4. Because like
Oh, geez, even I can't find it.
I got
But
it.
if you divide 100 by 4.
Okay. So, I think
you get a quarter gold each.
these bracers of defense should go to Rose, since she cannot wear armor. I feel
Why-
like having
Why
a little
can't
extra.
she?
She's
She's
barbarian.
a barbarian.
I think
I
you're
know
frozen,
that. Virya doesn't.
Yes.
Ari. Ari, I think you're frozen.
Yep, I sure am. Hang on.
Nahheim would explain that as like Rose's chosen fighting style does not rely on the encumbrance of armor. It relies on being free.
Really?
Oh.
I did not know that myself.
I've read a lot about all of your techniques. So I feel if everybody is in agreement, especially since Rose does tend to grab a lot of attention when we are in scuffles outside of myself, I think having some extra defense on her would be great.
I mean, that would make her pretty much unkillable at this point. Oh.
That's really the goal.
I like that.
So I'll float the bracers over to Rose. This comb, once that's in use, like whoever is using it, you are able to change the color of your hair to whatever you want, if anybody would like that.
I feel like something you might like. You have pretty hair.
Change your hair color a few times
I
as
have
well.
gone back to embracing my natural hair with a little additive into it. I was thinking maybe somebody who might need it to change their appearance in a way for more stealthy reasons.
It might be useless to me. And she rolled through.
Yeah, I mean, can it grow hair? Or is it just changing the hair color?
It's
It is
pretty much
changing.
like an item that, say, just for example, if someone was really getting up in the years, then they want to hide all the gray hairs, they could, just very easily,
Or like
Well,
a
we can...
or a rogue who wishes to
Yeah,
change
yeah,
a
yeah.
distinctive part of themselves.
Mhm. Oh, I used to have to bleach with like lemon juice and sunshine, so and he just sort of like absent-mindedly is just like playing with his hair because he knows he's getting just a bit of gray hairs at the temples, like his
There you go.
father
Stress is
before
a doozy,
him and his
yep.
brother.
Yeah. It is in D&D Beyond.
Ooh.
If you just search it up, comb of, if you put comb of, it's the only item that pops up.
Marvelous.
And this is Ring of Mind Shielding. While you have this, you are immune to things, creatures, or anything reading your mind. And you can only be telepathically spoken to if you allow it. If you use an action, you can become invisible until another. It says you can use an action to
Mind
cause.
shield?
Oh, cause the ring. Sorry, you can cause the ring to become invisible. I cannot read.
it's okay.
If you die while wearing the ring, the soul enters it unless it's already housing a soul, and you can remain in the ring or depart for the afterlife. So it's kind of a way to
He's like a stalker.
preserve your soul.
Hmm.
But whoever wears it can actually telepathically speak to the soul inside of the ring. So I know somebody has much more issues about mind games and things of the sort.
Yeah, I know.
I think this would suit you well.
Oh, geez, who are they talking about?
I'll hand the ring over to Viria.
Right.
Um,
I mean, would be practical considering that fucking jelly we were talking about seems to be into mind
Yes.
games as well, so...
another thing I have is there are these boots of speed where you can use that as a bonus action, and it doubles your walking speed, and any creature that makes an opportunity attack against you has disadvantage.
I mean,
It
Colt,
ends the,
or you can have those, Nagheim, since...
to be fair, if things are on top of me, I am already screwed.
Well,
Yeah,
I
but
mean,
if
you can run away then, and
Yeah,
then they would
without-
have a harder time hitting you.
Without the opportunity attacks, that might keep you safe. Because does it give you any more actions?
No.
Okay, well then, I would say
I was
take them,
thinking
because I can disengage as a bonus action.
very well. I will equip.
And you'll be able to get further away faster
That is true.
for your spellcasting. So
Yeah,
that
you
I
could
feel
get-
like that's a smart thing to do.
And the last item is a one-handed sword. Or
I
a long
mean-
sword? It's a long sword. Yes.
Colt?
it's a
Oh no, it's a short sword.
It's
a short sword. A blade which shines with glitter, and you have a +1 bonus to your attacks and damage rolls with this weapon. As an action, you may target a creature you can see within 30 feet of you. You may instantly appear behind the creature and make a flurry of attack blows against them. They must make a dexterity save. On a fail, they take 66 slashing. On a success, they take half. I was thinking of if you partnered this with the Boots of Speed, you would be able to get in and out of any situation with ease.
That's very true, but I don't know. I do feel a little bit better if you had the boots of speed.
To be fair, with the new magics that I have, if anything comes close to me,
Now, how much stuff can I be attuned to?
3. This does not require attunement.
Oh, fuck
It does
yeah.
not say.
Yeah, because I have, if I'm not using the Mistcloak, then I've got a slot left, which we don't really use unless we're...
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
something. If anybody's
That's it.
still attuned to their Mistcloak, you can take that thing off.
It's only
so-
when we're at the dark.
But that's why I was believing that the Boots of Speed plus this would be a fantastic combination, and we saw how deadly it could be.
Yeah. All right, if you're cool. Yeah, I can say both. Do I have to tune to the
And
boots?
it does require
Yeah, you-
attunement. Yeah.
It does?
Okay, the boots. I
It does?
do have a slot open.
Oh, the boots do. This does? It doesn't say it's an attunement item.
Which one are you talking about?
The sword?
Oh, the sword. I'm sorry.
No, the boots do.
Yeah.
The
I was
sword
looking
does
up,
not.
Boots. Okay, let me
So
double
it's
check.
boots of speed, and I can equip it. Yeah, it's not a...
Might have just been a box I didn't tick.
Maybe.
So
If
let
it's
me
supposed to,
let me change
then-
that up.
Okay, boots of speed. And what was the thorn sword?
Blade of
Was it-
1,000 cuts.
Hang
Blade
on.
of 1,000 cuts. Thank you.
Do.
Cool.
Requires
Delete.
attunement. Correct. I
Okay.
did not check the box.
Okay, so it is an attunement item.
Yeah.
Oh. What? Because I have the wrist pocket, mentor's hand, so I have one slot left. So do you want to take the boots then?
I can. I do know my goal is to get a specific set of robes and replace my Cultivarius garment. So I do have attunement spots left.
Okay. Well then, have at thee.
Okay.
forget to add your 3,418 gold.
Yeah.
And we have 1 communal gold piece.
Just take it. You
That
counted
buys
it.
the
You
next
deserve it.
round that you
Yeah,
never
that's
bought
the
for Tad.
Fuck you, Tad.
Alright, I'll add it. +1.
That 1 gold will go to Tad's funeral fund.
Because I secretly murdered him.
God.
Why won't this attune? Do I have to...
You might have to take it out and back again
Oh,
because
right,
I just
because you didn't.
yeah.
You just...
Yeah, sorry.
No worries.
So with that all settled out there, what are we doing?
I mean, you said this ring can contain souls. There already
Mhm.
one in here? She like kind of just. Hello, is anyone home?
You'd have to wear it to read from it. But did I pick any of the soul up in it when I identified the item?
You identify magical items, not souls or anything like that.
I'll put it on. Any soul, any spookiness.
Nah, that you can tell.
All right, I think this is empty. Good. I have enough voices in my head
This is true.
already.
But yeah.
Well, cool. If I die, I guess you'll have my soul with you guys.
Well, that is
Okay, I'll wear
good
you
thing.
if you die.
because it is
Cool.
much easier to bring someone back to life when you have their soul willing and
Oh.
around than if their soul is moved on to the afterlife.
Alright, so you can do that if you just have the soul around. You can just bring.
I cannot. We would need your body, but with the body and soul, it is much easier to repair the link.
But
And
in
it would be
theory,
this one.
Theoretically, if you don't have the body, can you just put the soul into something else's dead corpse?
I believe you could possibly do that, but that would be a very strong magics.
But
Okay.
in theory, if Viri dies and we're around, like we have her body, so there's no problem, right?
I mean, my body could get shredded into pieces or something.
Oh, okay.
You know, exploded, maybe
So protect the body.
Disintegrated, whatever.
decapitated. Yeah.
Should I make a list?
But yeah, Colt, you know how you were worried about if things get close to me, what could happen? Is there a target dummy anywhere close by?
Oh, you know what? Someone's knocking on my door in real life.
Oh, I'll answer for
Yes.
you.
Yes,
On the
there
go
is.
away.
Go, 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 go. Why, yes, Nagheim, dear friend. Down in the backyard, over by the tree line, there are a set of practice dummies. Should you choose to partake in a scuffle with one of them? Why? What did you want to do?
Maybe we should have given the ring
This
to
is how
Colt.
my
It
brother
seems like
Ten
he is-
speaks.
Yeah, that seems like he is possessed,
Mm.
and I'm uncomfortable.
I think Colt is having a stroke. Do you smell
Yes,
toast, Colt?
yes, Colt. Do you smell toast?
What are you wanting to do?
I want to go over to one of the test dummies with people so I can show why I'm not as worried right now. And as we go out, I'll just be like, do you mind being down one test dummy?
Well, yeah, go for it.
Nagheim will just bring up the cane and channel magics into the top of it, and I'm gonna cast Disintegrate on the dummy.
Okay.
And a small beam of golden light will go to it, and the moment it connects, an explosion will erupt.
Ooh.
Cool.
Did it go through? I don't think it went through. But it would have been 122 damage.
What the fuck? Oh, sorry.
And it is gone.
Nice.
Oh my god. What the hell was that?
Magic. But as we grow stronger, keep in mind those of our enemies' abilities will also most likely. So we do need to be wary of things like this.
I've, also brainstormed magical ideas. I don't know if you'd call them that. So, yeah.
Mm.
I've got a few tricks up my sleeve as well.
That's gonna come in handy.
I'm not really worried.
Worried about what, Rose?
Well, I mean, I've got all of you, so,
Well, more importantly, we have you, Rose.
This is true. Did I download? I realized I didn't download the Beyond 20 thing, and I'm trying to see if I actually did it properly. Now.
So, what's our next move here? I was thinking of going back to Western, to the Cobalt Reserve. Since, last time we spoke to Mr. Sari, he has been expecting payment. Or, no, to pay. Yeah, he's been expecting to pay someone for the shard, but,
Yeah, that's sort of under your ownership right now, isn't it?
Well, he was going to pay Thorndyke so we would be able to have it, and then Viria would be able to finish what she needs to with it in the exchange that she will allow them to research it when she is finished.
Yeah, that didn't go quite as planned. I mean, I was planning on explaining myself and saying that our benefactor, backstabbed us again.
Literally.
Tried running away with a shard, and yeah, we ended up killing him.
I mean, it saves the money, does it not?
It does, yes, it does save the Cobalt Soul some money, that's for sure.
Yeah.
but what if the Cobalt Soul really wanted the shard? They didn't care about the money.
Well, yeah, that's the tricky part. I do have more information on Zephyr's Dim, though, so I guess I can give them that much.
Well, sorry, I was just checking to see if it actually connected. If anybody else here has things to do, we can deal with that, but I can draw the teleportation circle.
Oh yes, I feel like that's the immediate course of action. Otherwise, my only concern right now is Agnar.
What's the immediate course of action? Going to Western?
Yes.
Okay. We should talk about. Obviously, there were some things brought up during our time with Thorndyke that kind of stuck in my craw a little bit. Is we do have this Lorelei situation.
But no abilities to track her.
Exactly. I don't love the idea of her being out there knowing so much about us. With our course of action is unclear. Like, have we brought this up to the Cobalt Soul yet?
Do we even need to?
Believe we did. But here's the thing, last time we encountered her, that was with the cult of Dionysus. And we have the question of Rose's wife being alive.
Which was my second question, if Rose is okay to...
So no, maybe Lorelai has stuck with the remaining cultists, the ones that are into the whole murder suicide sacrifice thing, not the good ones.
It's definitely a possibility that they're working in conjunction or have been taken over.
You mean it could all be connected?
Yeah, very possibly. I mean, it was all connected before that Lorelai was controlling so many of the cultists when we encountered them in the jungle.
And what's his face? Brexus. He's the one who sent us to retrieve the book.
Mm-hmm.
And he's the one who replaced Rose, so he's working with the cultists, and he knows something about this whole thing with Lorelai.
Yeah, it does feel very, very connected.
Wait, so if he sent us and he knew about it, that means he knew about me.
Did
Well,
he
if
know
he's-
about you? Or was it just convenience? And
Well, chances are if he's working with her wife, he knew about Rose.
but how would he know she would arrive there where she did?
Yeah,
And he's been
Rose quit
sending
her
people
job
for a
randomly.
while. However, I was thinking that Lorelai can see into our minds.
Not anymore.
Well, yours. But
Flaunting it.
what if she saw an opportunity? And that's how they became connected. It was after the release.
Oh, so you mean that first time we encountered her, she could have peered into Rose's mind and then
Ex-
found the cult.
Exactly. She found what would probably be something much easier to deal with than from us. From my background comes a very powerful enchantress. From cults, a war hero. And if I remember correctly, Vera, you said many of your people are fighters.
Pretty much, yes.
So it
Including
would
my
make-
grandmother, so.
It would make sense to go for the cultists who are trying to avoid conflict and things of the such.
And it's a bunch of people to control, packaged, ready to go in a box with boa.
Or food, you know? in the same
Exactly.
spot. Yeah.
And I think it was much easier for Lorelai to get in contact with potentially the wife if cultists had gone to her. So she would have had a connection through their minds.
I think it's connected. I think we
I
gotta.
think Lorelai has
something
become
about it.
intertwined with Rose's life more than any of us have realized.
Oh, her past life, maybe.
This is past, present, and future.
Well, the future, I mean... I'm not sure
The-
that's the future.
As
Well-
long as your wife is alive and she is alive, they are your future.
I wonder if they know that Rose is still alive. Are we surmising that
Well,
Rose's...
I mean, if
I-
she died in their camp, there would have been a body left behind.
Well, they
And
left me
Rex
for
is-
dead.
The thing is Waylon kind of was with us until he ran off. That means he was close by. He would have been able to check. Does not mean he did, because I believe he is a coward. And I don't think he would have gone, but we have to think that he is loyal. And he most likely would have cowered in fear,
Well,
hidden away from us.
in any case, this is something we can discuss with Kiran Sari because I encountered one such camp with a bunch of dead cultists and I reported that back to him. So he's aware, so we could just mention all of this to him.
to the library then? Let's get
Yeah.
all of our ducks in a row.
Rose?
To the house of the books.
Rose, are you ready?
What do you mean?
Hironsari may ask hard questions.
I mean, if he asks like you did yesterday,
Well, I'm sure he is not as emotionally charged as I am. So I'm sure his will be in much more appropriate manners.
all right, let's just go.
There's also Neocom did have an idea that did have some roots in logic yesterday about trying to. Did you want to scry our message, Rose's ex?
It would have been scrying, but the more I thought about it, each time I have used it, it has either not worked, or I was only able to see the person and nothing around them. Not work as in it did not, either they passed it or it didn't work because they were in another weird dimension thingy, like Silent Hill.
Well, we will be in Western.
Yes.
And who else lives in Western that we know of?
Trixie.
Yes.
Oriana?
But the way
Quiana?
scrying works, but the spell works as the spell works. It will only show us the exact person and nothing around them.
Yes, what I'm saying is that they might have other ways.
Anyway, Trixie has potions and I'm low, so.
I'm pretty sure that the spell only... There's only one scrying spell. But yes, you can ask her.
I mean, I want to ask her my own questions, so.
So I will try to aim this teleportation to land us outside of Trixie's.
Okay.
Or shall we go straight to the library?
Well, there is a circle that leads to Western, isn't there? Here.
Yeah.
We just take-
It lands you like within the Scholar District.
Yeah, but they need to use the spell for it. So I was just gonna do my own and just show up at Trixie's or the library because I'm kind of
I
lazy.
say library first because then we'll get all the information exchange and then we'll go to Trixie see what we need. Meanwhile, I still have this, and he taps his wrist pocket, and a bunch of like the glowing vegetables from the Underdark pile out. He goes,
Are this still good to eat?
They're not for eating.
there was a lot of this, and I don't know if it matters anymore, but I do
oh.
still have it.
I
Maybe Trixie
believe-
would like them.
Trixie would probably like some of it, but if I remember correctly, those are used to prevent people from peering in on you. Which is how the false Raven Queen, I believe, was able to stay hidden so well.
Alright, do you want to toss this into your handy sack? Just so I've got a slot for you?
To be fair, I think if there's enough, we should each carry some on us.
I'm just wondering if Trixie can turn it into something a little bit less rotty. Like,
We could
Then maybe
ask-
keep it in your pocket for now. And then-
is there air in your sack? Just because I only have 7 slots in my thing?
Yes, but I mean, you can keep it in, and then when we get to Trixie, you can just be like, hey,
Oh, okay.
and pop it out then.
Ready.
Or you could give it to Rose, who has the other bag of holding.
Yeah.
That's...
Speaking of,
No, I thought
No,
Viria
she's
had
got
it.
Nom Nom.
I have.
She's
I
got
have
Nom
it.
Nom.
Yeah.
Viria has holding, and I have holding.
We all have little pockets.
Oh yeah,
I'll
by
just
the way,
carry it and give it to Trixie.
there was another bag of holding in all of that. It is on my hip. We're all good with that?
Absolutely.
Also, speaking of
Thank you.
people spying on us, Colt, you mentioned a black cloaked figure again back in the tomb. We still don't know what the fuck is up with that. Yeah.
Ooh-wee. What's up with that?
I
What's up with that?
I have suspicions. At first, I thought it was the Raven Queen, but why would she still follow us? You've done her a deed.
It's not Waylon Brexis, is it?
Well, it's
They
just
look
this
too skinny
this
to be Whale and Brexus.
this figure's
Wait.
been following us in the most
Rose.
random places, and
Waylon Brexit can change shapes and forms.
Yeah, he was you for quite some time.
Wait, what?
Yes.
Waylon
That's how we
Brexis
didn't
was
know you were
disguised
missing.
as You, and we didn't know you were missing.
I don't think you told me that part, but okay.
We would have. I think.
Okay. Maybe you should just,
It would make sense if she forgot.
yeah, we
She
did.
has a
we
lot.
did.
She has a lot to think about right now.
We did tell her back on the airship that he impersonated her, which is why it took us a while to get back to her.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
All right.
Lisa?
I think he was just agreeing with what we were saying.
I saw you do the.
Oh, fuck it.
Okay. So, I will try to draw the teleportation circle to the library, like out front of the library. I don't want to just drop in to the lobby.
You sure you want to waste a slot?
Yeah, because, well, it would
We
cost
could-
a slot anyway because you have to do it, but the teleportation circle
Oh.
in the house does exactly what you're saying.
No, it doesn't take us to the library. It takes us.
It takes you right
Takes us
outside
right in
to the
front of
library. Yeah.
Oh, I thought you said it was because every time we came in, we came to the town center.
The center of that district, which is where the library is.
Oh, I thought it was the district that was
Oh.
southern that it took us to. Okay, then
no,
yeah, I'll
that's
use
okay.
that circle.
As you all gather in the lobby, one of the help does come over and gives Cult a notice
Oh my god.
from a certain college. And it reads something, payment overdue, interest applied.
Oh god. Oh god. Oh
Much.
god.
And
Before.
a letter to Nagheim.
How much do you owe, Colt? As Nighttime
He
opens
scans the
theirs.
letter. How much do I owe, Daddy?
We'll discuss that later.
Oh no. He would like instruct the servant to get his brother to send funds.
hmm
And actually he was going to drop $2,000 towards the house funds.
Well, I think the house funds are taking care of themselves. So
Okay.
everything you guys earn on your adventures, definitely use it for your own self.
Okay.
The house is
Maybe
going to take care of itself.
try-
Just don't use the house
Oh,
funds for your stuff.
You.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe just drop down like $1,000 for now into the house funds to help pay for
College
the school.
education. Yeah.
I'll write an IOU and then pay it when I get back.
Pens is going to kill you. And what the
You
hell
know
does
what?
this note say?
How different is that from any other day?
Oh boy. Oh boy.
If you want to
Oh,
read that
oh,
now,
did you
you
get
can. We can read it later if we want to get going. It's up to you guys.
Read it now, read it now, read it now.
I'm curious.
We're waiting all this time to find out that Zender is not wearing their glasses.
Not wearing my glasses. And this is why I'm taking so long to read it. Eggheim will close the letter, smile, and put it in one of their pouches. Zin says hello.
Oh, Zin wrote
Oh,
you.
so he's alive. That's
Yeah.
good, because we didn't know if he would,
Made it home safely.
Yeah.
Oh, good, good,
That's
good.
good. Look at us. We didn't kill someone for once.
Hey, one versus.
We didn't trigger that event. No, wait, we did trigger
did.
that event.
I did.
We were not
I did.
responsible for that event.
Well, I mean, not
Wow.
really.
I'll pull out my feather and start drawing the circle.
Didn't we go over this and say that the circle was
I'm
already
not going to argue it
Well,
anymore. Just fuck
To
it.
to activate the circle, you have to complete it. So I still have to complete it. It's not
We're in
completed
Westrun.
24/7 Because if it was, that would be dangerous. Because everybody who walks by it would just get sucked in.
I was just going to the bathroom.
So I
And
complete
with
the circle.
familiar, you guys find yourselves landing in the center of the Scholars Ward once again. Now, as you appear and you take in your surroundings in this area, I will get anybody who wants to make a perception check, please.
Yes, even though I get natural ones.
That's the spirit.
That's 12.
That's a lot.
Okay.
That's 24.
Ooh.
Where's your 12? Oh, you rolled on your desk?
Yeah.
Okay, gotcha. So, as you guys arrive on the scene, you're taking in the surroundings, looking around. And Nagheim and Rose are the first to notice that throughout this whole market, you see numerous members of the cult of Dionysus. More so than usual. And where typically when you first arrived here, it used to be that they were almost like regarded as like religious people who are to be avoided, you know, not scoffed at or anything, but just avoided because you don't want their pamphlets, you don't want to join their crew, it's all good. But because there are so many more people and they're more recognized, they seem to be almost more acknowledged. And it seems like everybody who is not in the common beige garb of the cult of Dionysus, they're having conversations with people, they're engaging, they're not ignoring them, they're being active. And it just seems like any kind of stigma that was following their presence has kind of gone by the wayside.
Huh.
However,
New?
Cult, what you see is as you turn to head straight off into the Cobalt Return, you run smack dab into a little old man who's dressed in gray robes, and you see papers scatter all about. God, Jesus, nincompoop. And you see an old man with like a bald top and long white hair down the sides just hit the bricks because you collided, wham, and sent them flat on their ass.
Cult's gonna grab them by the front of the robes and goes, "Are you breakfast?"
Would you stop manhandling me? Get your mitts off me.
Oh,
Do not
my
look
God.
where you're going. Oh, my papers are everywhere.
Here, I'll start using Mage Hand to help pick up.
Oh, look at you. You think you know the magics. Showing off. Do it with your damn hands for once, you lazy son of a gun. And starts picking up the... Well, don't just stand there and help me pick up my... They're flying over that way. They're flying... I don't have time for this. What? Ah.
I mean,
Can Colt try to pickpocket this guy while this is going on?
You can certainly try. And Nagheim, you're mage-handing everything up?
As he says that, since my Mage Hand is invisible, I'm going to take a paper and just have it slowly float above him and slowly away. Since he insulted me.
I'm gonna help pick up the papers, but because I have a dragon's claw, like a bunch of them rip as I'm like gathering them.
Fair enough.
I'm gonna help pick up the papers and just say,
Just gonna slightly torment him with it.
My first roll was a 12, but I'm using a luck point and got a 17.
Guidance?
I know, well,
Yeah.
me and guidance.
Here's the kicker. You go to pickpocket this individual. Are you trying to pick my pockets? Guards! Guards! This young man assaulted me and then he's trying to steal from me. Guards, where are they when they did?
I was just trying to help you up. You got in my... You're turning around like you're going crazy.
You
You're
landed
trying
in
to
my
get-
general
I
direction
didn't
and
pick
knocked
your
me to the
pocket.
floor, young man. I
You're
will not
just-
have this.
you're
You
just
will hear from me.
Excuse
Oh,
me, sir, I've
Jesus.
got your papers.
See, someone has some manners in this godforsaken city. Give me those. Thank you very much, Mr. One-handed. What the fuck is going on with your hand, young lady?
Rare disease.
Oh, you want to get that checked out. I heard
Yeah.
Trixie's
Hey,
pretty
hey,
good with
hey.
that stuff. Now,
Why
give me my
did you
paper.
kick
Get that
rocks?
one. You're
Just
taller.
get outta here.
You're taller. Get that paper. It's floating off. Jesus.
I'm gonna
He
keep
grabs
floating
the
it off.
paper.
Just gonna slightly move out of Cult's way.
Ah!
Make a dexterity check, Cult.
Hey.
Or, no, this wouldn't be acrobatics. Or sleight of hand. You can do that.
Okay. Because I rolled so well last time.
And I...
Plus 10.
Okay.
Oh, God. 19.
Would it be against my spell attack? 'Cause I'm
I'd
trying to
say
control them with
for
my
that,
spell.
the spell is itself. So I'd say for you, make a dexterity saving throw.
Where's my dex? I've never clicked this. What is dexterity?
It's got dust
Ah.
on it.
I
Blow
know.
the dust off of it.
3.
Oh, yeah, no worries.
Fuck.
Cult, you grab it.
And as he goes to hand it to this horrible little man, he's going to read it.
Okay. What languages do you speak?
Wow, Grolly. Speaking of
Hmm.
blowing the dust off things, Common, Elvish, Orc, and Thieves' Cant.
You do not read this. I freaking hate this song. Why is it still in the playlist? It's so dumb. Like, it's all like, oh, Gaelic and like fantasy, and then anyway, it's just awful. So yes, you cannot read this script, but you hand it to the individual.
No.
Okay.
As he realizes he can't read it, he says into the earring and says to Nagheim, he's like, do that thing again where I can't reach it, and he lets go of it. So like he pretends that it flies out of his hand,
Okay.
and
Yeah.
he goes, read it.
I'll just take it and have it like blow by me.
Well,
Just like
you would have taken it. Can't trust anybody these days.
No,
And he
really
sorts his
can't.
papers. Good day to you. Watch where you're going next time.
I
and
checked
marches off.
myself. Has he lifted anything off me?
Make a perception check.
Welcome to New More Paranoid Cult.
20.
20.
Out of the assortment of knickknacks and paddywhacks that you have all across your body, you find everything where it's supposed to be.
Spectacles, testicles, wallet, watch.
You check the testicles twice, one for each. But as you turn and you begin to go towards the Cobalt Reserve, you do take a look back at this old man. And you notice that he's kind of nose buried in the paper, shuffling them, and you see a very young, pretty couple walking around, just pointing at the sights and everything like that. He is not paying attention. You see them just moments before they collide, just jump out of his way. And it kind of lets you know that probably wasn't your fault that you ran into this guy.
I'm not the asshole.
Yes. So feel relieved about that, at least.
I am just.
Well, he mentioned Trixie, so we could always ask her about him.
I think a lot of people in the city know about Trixie.
Oh, maybe, yeah. That would make sense.
But,
To the library.
all right, in we go. Let me pull it up here. Badoom. So once again, you enter the hallowed halls of... Whoa, where'd the music go? There it is. You enter the hallowed halls of the Cobalt Reserve. Up the stairs, looking at the front desk, you do see the very familiar face of Xenosh, the brass dragonborn waiting behind the desk. Oh, hello. Pleasure to see you all again. How do you fare?
Quite well, Zainosh. So you're looking good?
Oh,
You're working out?
Oh, no, I can't be bothered. It's just the scales, they add the buffness, as one would say.
Oh, I guess they bulk you a little bit.
Well, a little bit here and there. Oh, like my
Well,
friend
you're-
Miria here.
She
Viria,
just flexes.
Viria,
Yeah.
you forgot your glove. Or did your claw rip through it? I noticed some of those papers had tears in them after you had picked them up.
Well, they're like fingerless gloves, so I can still, at least use my claws for defense. That's why.
Okay.
Interesting. So,
We're
what are we here
to
for?
see you know who?
Ah, I see. If you wouldn't mind waiting a moment, I'll see if they have some time for you.
We can, if they don't, we can come back later
Fair enough.
when they do.
All right, give me but a moment. And you see them kind of shuffle off to the back for a little bit. Now, while you guys are waiting, is there anything anybody want to do here?
is going to excuse himself, and he's like, "Sorry, it's like an itch I've got to scratch." And I'm just gonna pop out and track that guy. It's bothering me.
Oh, I thought for a second there you were going to say that you were going to, like, I don't know, like jack off in the library somewhere, because...
Why would I jack off in the library?
Well, you mentioned an itch you have to scratch. I don't know.
Is that what that
Don't they
means
have
to you?
books for
I'll be
that?
right back.
Yeah, no, I was going to say don't do that in the library, but I
but-
mean, if you're going outside, it's fine.
Very, make a perception check.
Oh boy, gosh, golly, yay.
Colt, can't you leave it be?
No.
He's just some
And he
cranky
does the
old
chili
man.
cook-off dance. He's like, "What's happening right
What'd you get?
now?"
13.
13. So, as you see Colt walk away, going to search for this individual, you see an expression on his face. And Colt, what you're, if I may, what you're kind of thinking is, how does she come up with this stuff? Like, why would you do that in a public place? Very, what you're picking up on is, God damn it, I really want to jack off in the library, but she called me out on it. So,
That's totally what you read. 100%.
and how'd you
I
go,
approve
Colt?
this message.
So, before we tune
makes
into
sense,
Colt, is there
Yuri.
anything everybody is going to do while they're waiting?
It's not the first
It
time
makes
you'd have a
sense,
sad
Yuri.
wank in, like, a weird place.
I mean, Colt has showed me picture books before, so I imagine they would make picture books for that.
I'm positive they don't have those types of picture books here.
I mean, maybe
not?
they
Rose.
would. Isn't there a restricted section?
Yes, I'm sure the restricted section is for
As section.
information.
Get it?
Well,
Section.
Nagaheim, aren't you the one that said that they have books about everything and all books matter?
I don't think I've ever said all books matter, specifically because those books do not
Well, you
matter
said-
when it comes to looking for information.
I mean, you can learn a lot from reading those books, I hear.
I can promise you I have learned much more from more educational books.
Well, seeing you go with 10s, I don't think that's the case.
What do you mean?
No.
we've only danced together. That
Oh,
And-
trust me, there's more pleasurable things you can do than just dance.
I am well aware.
It was all
Does
about
not
that.
mean
Yeah.
Are you?
it does not mean that is what is on my mind currently. While we are hunting, a murderous blob and a murderous
Oh my
ex-wife.
God,
Yes, but right now we're
no.
waiting for Sari, and we have the time to discuss these things, is what I'm
We
saying.
can talk about sex and also go on the hunt for a murderous blob.
And while they
Multitasking.
are doing that, Colt, make a perception
Yes.
check, please.
Thank you. 21.
21. Looking around, you know the general direction that the gentleman was walking to. You even see, like... Oh. I'm like, what's going on here? It's nails. It's nails. You see still that young couple just a little perturbed that, they almost like ran into somebody. So you kind of find the warpath of where this gentleman may have gone. But as to specifically where he is, you kind of lose the trail a little bit.
Can I ask that couple where they saw him, what direction?
Sure. Make a persuasion check.
Whew, 23.
Okay. Let me just check here. Oh yeah, I'm on the right one. Okay. So as you approach them, you kind of ask, well, what do you ask?
Hello, my name is Darlene Archibald Cultivarius, and I was wondering, that old man that bumped into you, he is actually going to be doing some work for my parents, and I don't know if you've heard of the Cultivarius estate in Singorn. We're going to be needing his services. Did you see where he went by chance?
Yeah, he went down that way.
Yeah, we saw him go down that way. We were just minding our own business trying to get some. We were trying to get that corn on the cob.
Yeah, I was trying to get that corn on the cob.
We heard so many good things about the corn on the cob, and we just wanted to have it all to ourselves. And then, lo and behold, this man just come and he just barges his way right through us. But
I say it was something that I will not.
Thank you. I would very much like to buy your corn on the cob for your generous help. Thank you so much. And he gives him the 25 cents. Which I can't figure out.
2
if it's
silver, 5
or
copper.
There we go.
It's an extra gold that I put into my own.
Yeah.
And before they can
Corn
respond,
pouch.
he swiftly turns and goes that way.
So as you're leaving, you hear the kind of corn.
Corn.
Oh, I want corn on the cob. Why is it such a curse? You mentioned food, and I'm like,
I'm just that good at what I do. All
It's
right.
the soothing daddy voice that says it.
Yeah, tell me about corn, Daddy.
Let's move on.
I like it creamed.
Oh shit.
Tell me about your favorite kind of donuts, Chuck, while we're at it.
Oh my
Xenos
God,
comes
it's
back and says,
something-
"Oh, I have no time for you guys today." No.
Let's tongue fuck a Bismarck.
What the fuck?
I'm so sorry.
What are your thoughts on the
I'm a
Boston
serious
cream
professional
pie?
role player.
Jesus Christ.
You know what? This is still not enough wine to deal with this. I'll keep trying.
What are you doing, Colt?
I would like to track or try to follow in the direction that the couple pointed out.
Well, they pointed to where they were getting corn. Is that where you wanted to go?
Shit, that's where they pointed?
Yeah. You kind
They
of
didn't
just
point-
like, they weren't pointing to anything, like they were talking about the situation and then talking about their plans. And you just kind of like, okay, no, I'm just here. Take my money, go.
Oh, that is not the impression that I got. My apologies.
It's all right.
Can I try to follow the trajectory as to where this old man was going?
Sure.
All right. I would like to do that, please.
Easy enough. So, I'd say from where you guys arrived, it's kind of southeast-ish from... No, sorry, southwest-ish from where the Cobalt Reserve was. But that's about it. And you do see, as you're walking by, you're going through, you know, general people, and you do see the familiar robes of the Cobalt, or sorry, the Cult of Dionysus folks. So,
As I'm trying to search out for this guy, can I try to maybe eavesdrop on what the folks of the Dionysus are talking to people about?
yeah, I'll get you to make a easy perception check.
16.
Just general run-of-the-mill kind of stuff. They're just trying to, you know, ask people about their days, and people are asking them certain questions, and they're just talking about like some of their beliefs and everything like that. You don't hear anything
We've
that
gotten to spiel before.
yeah. So it's not an. You guys got like a huge like insight into the cult when you were actually there with Pandora. So there's nothing out of the ordinary from that. Just the general like enjoy life. We try to live to the fullest. And you do hear a couple people just kind of saying things along the lines of, you know, like they had a misconception, and it's nice to know that they have something, you know, firsthand to kind of go off of now. And it just seems to be like good back and forth between people. There's nothing like people are trying to recruit or anything. They're just trying to make it an awareness kind of thing.
That's the danger of cult people. It never seems like they're recruiting. I got Xander. Anyway, if cults can't find this old man on the way back, he would like to talk to one of the cultists.
Okay.
Followers. Because I'm assuming you're not letting me find this man.
Or the man just doesn't want to be found.
Oh.
So let me get this all sorted out here. There we go. So, are you picking just anybody at random, or you got someone in mind you looking for?
Maybe someone who looks a little bit more experienced or older.
Okay. And what do you say?
Colt's gonna try to uncover if they have a base of operations. Basically using the idea that he is interested in making a donation to the cult of Dionysus on behalf of some of the people from Singborn, as he has heard some of their people have suffered religious persecution in certain areas of TAL'DOREI, and he feels for them and sort of that kind of thing. Just seeing if there's like someone he can talk to who would make those funds available.
Okay. So instead of role-playing you actually doing that, well, I'll just let you know that they don't really have a base of operations. They just kind of, you know, living it rough, is that the term? Where just any
rough?
Yeah, sleeping rough, there you go. But not that
I have
they're
a feeling that might be something we'll look
get your
into
head out of the
sleeping
Boston
rough
cream,
later.
okay? Jesus.
It might not be a term we're allowed to use anymore, so
okay.
let's look into it later.
All right, fair enough. Well, regardless,
No,
they don't
I'm
have
thinking rough trade. Oh no. Sorry.
So, they pretty much just live wherever they can or sleep wherever they can. They're not really doing. Well, I can't say they're not really doing donations, but they're more akin to like the offer of trade, more so. Like they'll happily take like whatever you want to give for whatever reason. But their usual motive of, you know, getting things and getting funds is usually like, oh, there's a farm over here. We'll just help them out for a little bit, see if they can give us like either grain or milk or whatever. But most of the time, their whole motto of life is like, the world gives us everything we need. So we don't have really use for money or anything like that because everything is already there for the taking. Now, was there something other than that you were kind of looking for again?
Yeah, like he just sort of wants to dig and see if there's like a higher up, like akin to like a bishop or something.
No, that's going with like what they were trying to tell some of the populace as well, is that it's not a religion, so to speak. It's just more of like a way of life for them, you know, an outlook for everybody to kind of have a focus to.
More like an organizer then.
Not necessarily, because they're kind of, I don't know what you would really call the term other than missionary right now, because if it was that sort of organization thing, that's where their home in the Riff and Mist jungle is. That's the organization kind of part of it. But out here, it's more like they're just spreading it a little bit. So it's not really, they don't have people that they answer to or anything like that. They have enough, they've been proven to have enough of their own self-motivation and everything to be their own sort of leader, so to speak.
So there's no one above the regular tier. It's all just, we're all equals, and there's no one telling us where to go or what to do.
And that's a big thing too, is that their belief is that we are all equals.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
All right, Colt's going to skip back to the library because I've derailed this a little too much.
No, that's fine. So back
You
in the
did what I wanted to have done.
Oh,
Sorry,
okay.
Jason. So,
back
sorry,
in
Jason?
what's happening in the library.
Yeah, I get it. It's a casual conversation, but we are in a library. It is not the place to be talking about sex.
I mean, we are whispering.
I don't care. It is about respect for people who are around, and
Isn't it
not every.
censorship?
Is there
And
anyone
not
around?
Everybody
Jason?
wants to talk about sex.
I mean, you could have just said so.
Viri, make a perception check. Rose, if you want to as well, you can make a perception check.
We widen out, and they're on those little chairs in the kids section.
10.
10.
20.
So, Viri, you are focused in on Nagheim's talk, and whether you're trying to goad them or persuade them, totally up to you. But Rose, you are kind of like invested in this, but you're also taking in the sights as well. You're multitasking in your brain as best you can with that kind of a brain. And what you do notice is that Xenosh is waiting at the desk, but every time the discussion gets a little heated, you see him dart away for a second, and then a couple minutes later he comes back and he just puts another book on an ever-growing stack of books right beside him.
Okay.
And then Cult arrives.
Hey, pasta fazool. Colt's going to sit down on one of the little chairs.
Ah.
What y'all talking about? I couldn't
trying-
find the guy, and
I'm trying to explain to them that conversations of sex have their time and place and are not appropriate everywhere.
yeah,
Thank you.
that's right. It's you gotta know your audience. Are you guys talking about sex still because of that jacking off joke? Which was not what I was about to do, by the way.
Are you
I went
sure?
to go. Yeah, I'm pretty sure.
What, were you gonna go mug the old man?
I wasn't gonna mug him. I don't like it when people bump into me.
Well, I'm just saying, it's just you had that look on your face.
Suspicious?
What look?
Suspicious?
Yeah, the look he gets whenever he goes to have a sad wink. You know?
Oh my god, it's the look of the sad wink.
To be fair, I don't really look at Cult's face after the first time we all kind of knew that happened.
What, you don't look at people's faces when you talk
Well,
to them? That's
I
a little
do.
rude, Nagheim.
Just in the evening when people are saying they're going to go to bed or to sleep or anything, I tend to avert my eyes because I don't need to know what is happening behind closed
Ow.
doors.
Cold, you don't wank around Nagheim's around, do you?
No!
Not when I'm around.
I
But
mean,
you
you two
know.
have
reasons
shared a
to go
room
to
before.
The WC if I. It doesn't even matter. Anyhow, I didn't find him. I did talk to some of the followers of Dionysus, though.
Oh,
Oh,
Before,
yeah.
so I'd like to turn around. Did Xenosh add another book?
Yes.
Can I get up and go grab that pile and be like, is this for us?
Yes. So, when your friend is more accessible or willing, this is a collection. This is the general sexual reproduction methods of every known race in Exandria. Here is a special book specifically on cunnilingus or self-masturbation. Down here we have you mentioned pictures, so there is in fact a good listing of different pop-up, if you will, exciting books that
Xenos.
do. Excuse me, I'm not finished. There's a pop-up book that fully illustrates all the other material. So if words are not your purvey, you have pictures at your disposal. So there is an arrangement of education to be had and instruction if you so choose.
Thank you. I will grab the pile of books and bring them back to the.
Wonderful.
Xenos,
Just
I want you to do me a huge favor. Please go look up the definition of asexual.
It's in the third book.
Anyway. Well, that's out. Sex talk does make me extremely uncomfortable.
And let's stop talking about it, all right?
All right, I genuinely apologize, Nagheim. I had no idea.
It is something that has been told to me many times is different and weird, but something I am.
As
And
not liking sex different and weird?
yes,
don't
that
see
is
it.
how people reproduce.
Well, you don't need. I was not.
what is
You don't-
asexual?
They just said so. It's
As-
that.
as-
Go ahead.
The idea of sexual connections with somebody is not something I am inclined to do. So you have a cult all about it, embracing it and loving it, and that is great. It is something I physically cannot do due to how my brain is connected.
Okay. Rose will take the pile of book back and then go back to Xenosh and be like, we don't need those.
Wonderful.
Thank you, Rose. This music makes that conversation so much more sad than it actually is.
So dramatic.
It's a very serious,
So
it's a
dramatic.
very serious
Yeah.
moment.
Yeah, I mean, don't get me wrong, Nyheim, you are weird, but not because you're not into sex. So.
Oh, trust me, I know
This
I'm
is
weird.
true. I'm weird because I am into sex. I'm always figuring out different things. Actually, Xenosh, I will take a few of those books, and he goes and he starts looking through them.
Ooh, Xenosh said there's a pop-up one.
I mean, I feel like that one's custom made for you, Rose.
Well,
You know
I'm
what?
Sure
I
I'm not
would
the only one who could enjoy.
I would
Rose, we
respect
could
this
do
library
story time.
so much more if they went, she can't read, let's get her things she can enjoy.
He did.
Also,
Yeah.
no, but like they brought it into the library specifically.
Oh.
Main character syndrome. It's fine. But yeah.
Okay, that talk behind us now. Do we have any news on Kieran? Sorry.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I love that that's how he talks now.
Yeah. Yeah.
Nora, why have sex when you can read a good book?
I
Is
was
there
just about
anything better than pussy? Yes, a really good
Pussy.
book.
Oh, I thought you were going with pussy.
No. Okay, posture check and hydrate. There.
Cheers to
I
that.
thought pussy
Yeah,
meant
cheers to
book
that.
pussy.
Oh. Okay.
Jason, you've lost control.
Start taking levels away from her now.
I'm so sorry. I don't know what's wrong with me today.
Okay, we're all gonna be well behaved for a little bit.
So, eventually, you're all led into the Cobalt Soul section of the reserve. And at the far end, there are 4 chairs situated around a larger table for all of you. Beverages are laid out for you, any kind of like little nibbly kind of snacks if you're peckish or anything like that. And you're allowed to sit and wait. By a few minutes go by, and Kiran Sari finally does come out. And as he approaches you guys, the DM looks at the time and says, "We're going to take a quick little break."
I was about to message.
Ow.
I was about to message Chuck to be like, "Hey, do you want?" I literally have the chat open right now. I was about to type out, "Do you want to toilet?"
We also have Fred's version, which is it's pee pee poo poo time. Which is
We're a
delightful.
great.
Well,
We've got great content here over
because-
at Oddities D&D.
If
You're
I could
very
take-
professional.
A quick 2 seconds before we advertise all of our amazing art and emotes.
Done already.
If you go on, like Facebook, Etsy, or Instagram, and look up Rari Polly, I'll put it in the chat. You can see this beautiful art there.
Yay!
So I'm gonna put it in the chat real quick. Sorry.
No,
I'm
worries.
in love with this, and I really want them to do well. And
There you go.
successful.
All right. So we're going to take a quick 10-15 minute washroom break, and then we'll be right back. Stick tuned. Stick tuned? Stay
Stick tuned.
tuned. Stick around.
Stick
Hey, stick tuned. And welcome back. All right. So, everybody's situated in the Cobalt Soul, making their grand entrance into the hallway to greet you all. Is an older gentleman, very familiar to you all. Gold filigree tattoos across his eyes, dark of skin, braided hair down the back, hands folded behind them. A slight bow is given to you all before taking seat at the head of the table.
Hi.
Hello. How is everybody this evening?
Good. Your braid's looking real pretty.
I thank you for the compliment.
It is good to see a friendly and familiar face.
You as well. So, last time we spoke, there was mention of an exchange of funds.
Yeah,
Well-
that didn't really go as planned.
Does anything? But we come with different news. It's,
Cult. I believe we should let Fury.
yes, absolutely.
Miss Adrena, you have something to say?
Yeah, I guess we got the shard. It's just that it's kind of in me like the other two.
Was there expectation for something else?
Well, you won't have to pay for it anymore since the person offering the person offering for you to pay for it tried to backstab us, so now he's dead. And we got what we went there for, but I mean, correct me if I'm wrong, I believe you wanted the shard back, but now there's not much of a way for you to have it, so...
I fear that there are many details that I am not aware of in this situation.
It's been a long last few weeks.
Please take your time.
Okay, then, well, we went to Marquette for the shard. This man from my past offered us to lead us there in exchange for payment. Turns out he also wanted the shard. Big surprise there. And I like look at the other three. Yeah, I mean, he tried to take it, but then I guess Saphir Shadim didn't really want him having it, so we ended up fighting over it, and now I have it.
Who was this
That-
man?
Valerian Thorndyke.
And how did you come to know this man?
He made land on my home island a while back, looking for one of these shards again, which we had in our possession.
And he did not succeed there.
No.
And all this time later, you meet him again. And you decide to cooperate with him.
Well, he did, tell me that what I experienced on the island wasn't how the story went, but turns out it was.
Explain.
I'm a
Virion,
little uncomfortable right now. Yes, Nagheim.
If I can, Thorndyke is a man who has a silver tongue. He is very talented in working situations was very talented into wording situations into his favor and planting seeds of doubt into people's minds.
Well, not just that, he also used magic to help him.
That's
So you
as
were
well.
deceived.
Yes.
Yes.
Manipulated.
Sorry, Furia. I just felt I could assist with that
Well,
explanation.
you're a lot more eloquent than I am, so.
But yes, he also used innocent lives to push a narrative. He committed crimes of murdering innocent people to make it seem as if we did it. And he also, I believe, modified the memory of somebody from Viria's past. Magic that is beyond my capabilities to do as well as fix.
And correct me if I'm wrong, you said this man possessed one of these shards?
Well, yeah, he had one, I believe, yes, in his eye.
But now you possess them.
Yes, all three I've come across.
Would you consider it difficult to have someone remove the shard from yourself?
Well,
The reason I ask is because I'm curious as to how another individual was so easily parted with their own shard.
kind of ripped it away from his head, face. Wasn't very nice.
He did so willingly.
He died shortly after, too.
Well, that was... due to being stabbed by me, not from his earlier wounds.
Forgive me, I am trying to ascertain a very specific thing, so
Yes, I mean, we can try removing it. I don't.
that is not what I am asking. Forgive
Okay,
me.
sorry.
No apology necessary. I'm trying to...
I
One moment. If what you say is that the Thorndyke possessed one of the shards, and you were able to take it from him, how did that happen?
Well, I didn't quite take it from him. He removed it himself, and then I just grabbed it.
And why did he remove it?
It rejected him in some way.
Interesting.
If I may, looking onward, it seemed as if it was painful for him to have it. Because at one point it seemed as if Viria had been calmed while it was all happening, and she was able to let go of the orb, and her claw, I believe, disappeared, and he had obtained it. But once he did, it's almost as if it was painful for him, and she fought back, and they went back to her.
So before you obtained all these shards, your own shard rejected you.
Well, it didn't. I don't think rejection's the right word. It's more that. I mean, we were going to chop my arm off, and then it just. The scales receded, and the shard dropped away from my hand, and. I can't really explain it more than I have. More than that.
It was like Saphira was trying to find a home,
Or
and it realized that
maybe
Viria was it.
was maybe Saphira trying to protect Viria?
Yeah, because they were gonna take her fucking arm right
Oh,
off.
right. Yeah,
That's what I
right
mean.
before the shard separated from me, she did tell me. She just said revenge. But I didn't feel. I felt oddly calm in that moment. Like, yeah, she was telling me to just wait and see what would happen, and then all of that happened. So
And how do you feel now?
I'm all right. I feel relieved mostly.
Good. That is something worth considering.
I believe I do know what happened to Saphira Shadim. You said you didn't have many records about the betrayer.
Go on.
Well, I believe she was called the betrayer because she went against other chromatic dragons. They found her and they killed her family and then imprisoned her into the shard.
Family.
She had, someone she loved, a silver dragon.
Is this new
And-
information to everybody?
But we had a discussion.
I did talk to Colt about it in private.
Well, if anyone here has questions of their own, please feel free to ask.
Why was she a betrayer?
Well, she was waging war, some kind of war, at the sight of other dragons, and she got sick of it. Fell in love with the enemy, and then decided she was through with all of that. That's what I understood. That is, she didn't tell me, per se.
Oh, she was willing to give it all up for love and punished for it.
Pretty much, yeah.
That's kind of beautiful.
It's tragic.
Wait, who were they fighting?
Other dragons, Rose. And I'm assuming at the time, is she older than the gods themselves, or?
I'm not familiar enough with history. No, but she was gigantic.
And she was called the Betrayer because that's what the other dragons called her for wanting a peaceful life.
Well, yes, there were. I saw a black dragon, green one, blue one, red one.
Kiran, I was. Well, history can be rewritten depending on how information is spread. If it is possible for us to find out more concrete information, would your organization be able to potentially help rewrite the history? Because I feel it is not right for somebody to see the fault and the wrong in what is happening and want to rewrite how their own life goes, especially for the sake of love.
While I appreciate the sentiment, and I do agree, history should be as factual as possible. Changing what is written on the page is one matter.
Well,
Changing public perception is another. There
Yeah.
are many religions throughout the world that are based on faith that is not accurate.
yes.
And
But-
trying to change those minds alone.
I mean, it is a lot. But with books being published constantly, finding a way to add a couple extra details into those books can, over time, change a perception of the masses, no?
To a degree.
That's all we can really ask for, Not everyone will believe what is written. Not everyone will believe what is new.
Then I ask, is it important for the whole world to know what is right? Or for the few to know what is right? But I am straying from this discussion. I still wish that when your journey has come to its end, Miss Adrena, that when you are to part with these shards, I request that they be housed within the Cobalt Soul, if you are agreeable.
Oh, I don't see what's wrong with it. Will Saphira be okay with it? That's another matter, though.
That is what I am curious about as well. From your description, you're relaying events that contradict one's behavior. A white dragon, any chromatic dragon, throughout history, their motivations have been single-minded. And here, you hold within you the soul of one of the first to ever make their stand on this earth. And here they have a change of heart. This is most curious. But I see the change, and I see power that grows within you. If this had been given to anyone, if this had been given to a Thorndyke, this power would be corrupted. And I do not like the idea of this going back out into the world. But I would not remove it from you. For I think you are a good change that is necessary for Saphira Shadim.
Well, that's the thing. The way I see it, she had the option to go off with someone, just as evil as she is. As, people's perception of a white dragon.
Precisely. And yet,
So,
she chose you.
yeah, that's weird.
Well,
I can't quite
You
wrap
are very
my head
weird.
around that.
that's a joke.
Oh. So you can joke.
I mean,
Noted.
the power of one's heart is the strongest power they will have. As cheesy as it may be. If Saphira sees more of herself inside of you than others, it would make sense that she feels more akin to you. Would it not?
I don't know. I mean, I have to speak to her if she's willing. I'm just interpreting what I was shown at this point.
Is there any other information regarding this expedition that I should be made aware of?
Well, one of my friends from back home was with Thorndyke's crew, and we've learned that his memory was modified. And he's gone off. He
What is the
escaped
name
for
of this individual?
Agnar.
Is there a last name?
Also from my clan.
Algerna.
I tried to dispel the magic around it, but I feel as if the magic that was done is a more permanent solution, unless he had some protection around him preventing it. I have only started to dabble in mind alteration and do not know enough to be able to correct such an issue.
Well, I don't
like-
think he was simply charmed. It's almost like his whole memories of us were twisted in some way.
There is magic that can do that. I was just unaware if I would be able, if it was able to be dispelled or not. And I believe it cannot. I believe the memory needs to be re-altered, potentially. I don't have enough information. And it was something I personally was hoping the Cobalt Soul would be able to either educate me on or correct.
I think what the intention is that if we can find Agna and we want to release him from his own prison of his own mind, it's not him his decisions. It's his influenced interpretation of events. And I know Virius lost so much to regain something like this would be.
Well, if I ever go back home to Skelfell, I'd like Agnar to be with me, if that's even possible.
I will record this name in the Cobalt Soul. Should anything cross our paths, we will keep you informed.
Thank you.
Nagheim will write down a complete detail of what Agnar looks like and what he was last seen in, including height, approximate age, things like that, on a piece of paper and pass it over.
And there was one last matter of business. We told you about Lorelei. What was it? Keenhurst?
Pinehurst, yes.
And the issues that we've been dealt with the followers of Dionysus, which I see many of in the streets here in Western, and sort of the entanglement of all of that.
I'm not sure what you are trying to say.
I'm not sure what I'm trying to say.
You remember the time I reported some sort of site of a mass ritual sacrifice a few
Yes.
months ago?
There was
Well,
none.
Rose witnessed something similar, but I should let her speak of that.
Hi. My name is Rose.
I am aware.
Yeah.
We have
so-
met before. Does she know that we have met before?
Yes.
Yeah, she's just
She is
very
nervous.
polite.
She is nervous.
I was gonna say, she is very nervous about this conversation.
It's a sensitive topic.
Well, I mean, recently we were traveling and then I got separated from everyone and turns out the person who made it that I was kidnapped. Who kidnapped me was my ex-wife who I thought I had murdered. And she's kind of taken some of the followers of the cult. Oh, I'm sorry. I don't think you know that part. We started the followers of Dionysus together. Yeah. Anyway,
You're doing great, sweetie.
Anyway, so she so it was very shocking for me to see her because I thought she was dead and then she wasn't dead and she was very much alive and very much looking very angry to see me. It was not a happy reunion. I'm sure you can guess that. Anyway, so long story short, they were trying to do this blood ritual thing and they were like killing themselves and there was like blood gooey flowing to her. And then they left me for dead there. Yeah. That's pretty much what happened, Mr. Sorry.
To quickly add in,
Sorry, the face.
we believe there is a connection to the Chained Oblivion. with
Oh
her
yeah,
wife.
that was mentioned. The chained oblivion. Yeah, they mentioned that a lot.
Yeah, Rose
Mhm.
called this chained oblivion the Angel of Irons, or at least that's what your wife called it.
Angel of Iron, chained oblivion. That kept coming up with the whole gooey thing.
Anyway, what Rose described as what happened when she was imprisoned is similar to what I found near Western a few months ago. which I reported back. But that time, I found bodies, but there were no bodies left when she witnessed it, right?
I mean, yeah, they were buddies when they were like stabbing themselves. Because, you know.
Yeah, but then she like absorbed the bodies into goo. What's that?
I don't quite remember exactly the details of that part.
Do you want to
That's-
do a history check?
Yes.
Guidance.
I was gonna say, if needed, Rose, I can look into your memory.
No, thank you.
Okay. So, what was that? Oh, the guidance, right. So from what you recall, you do remember everyone stabbed themselves, and then afterwards, some black ichor substance was absorbed from the bodies. And you almost marked it up to a hallucination, because the first night, the bodies were all there. But as the nights proceeded and your kind of fatigue and exhaustion kind of took over a little bit, it's almost like they just faded out of your memory. And by the time the group met you, there were no bodies left over. So from what you saw, it was kind of accurate to what Viri was describing, where it was just the same kind of bodies spread out within the campgrounds. But it's almost like you almost forgot about that. You remember the black ichor kind of part of it, but you really weren't present for the bodies disappearing or anything.
I mean, I was in and out for the days after that, but I think they were there and then they weren't there, or maybe I don't remember the bodies disintegrating. I kind of had other things on my mind, like surviving. But yeah, do you have any questions, Mr.?
He reaches over and pours himself a very large cup of tea, puts in a couple of cubes of sugar, reconsiders it and puts in 2 more, sets down his tea.
You founded the cult of Dionysus.
Yes.
You murdered the co-founder of the cult of Dionysus.
I tried, failed.
I
didn't know.
think she did that because her wife was trying to murder a lot of people herself,
I
right?
believe I'm speaking to Miss
Sorry.
Rose.
So I know murder's not really a good thing. The story there is that she started doing this whole meditating thing in the cave, and that was really nice. I'm really into meditating. I don't know if you've ever
Where
tried it,
was
Mr.
this
Sarge.
cave?
I don't remember exactly where it is, but it's in the jungle and of the Riffimus, where close to where our base is located.
And what knowledge did she share with you about her experiences within this cage?
Well, that's the thing. One day she came back and she started talking about sacrifices, and then she would go back to the cave and meditate some more. So I thought it was just a one-off, and then she kept coming back and started telling me that we needed to sacrifice some of the members. And then the more and more she started talking about it, it sounded like something she really wanted to do. At first, I thought it was just like a crazy one-off idea. Maybe she took a little bit too much of silver thing, you know. But no, she was really, really adamant about do this, and I was really, really scared that she actually was gonna do it. So that's why I tried to kill her. And I thought I did.
Have we mentioned the Wayland Brexis thing yet?
Not quite.
Lot to mention, isn't there?
There it is. Our first reason of coming into the city was a gentleman named Waylon Brexit had hired us to recover a book. In recovering said book that held symbol of the kobold soul, we found a woman trapped behind a barrier in an abandoned mansion and made the very uneducated, it was me. I released her from the prison. And it turns out she is a monster, and she had taken control at one point and was feeding off the members of the trope of Dionysus, and we ended up finding that out when we went there last. We fought her, she escaped, we have no way to track her. Yeah.
Describe this creature.
And Negheim will give a full description.
You watch Kiransari get up, walk down one of the aisles out of sight, returns with a book, open to a specific page, slides it to the middle of the table, and on it, you can see an artist's rendition of something that is described at the base, called an Elder Obelix.
Yes.
This is the creature. This creature comes from a dimension unknown to ours. Rose, forgive me if I do not explain what a dimension is at this moment.
Called out.
This creature is capable of disguising itself, as you know. It also knows and virtually becomes the person it connects with. And I assume it has connected with each of you.
Yes.
What was your purpose for going to the location of this creature again initially?
At the time, we believed it was a gentleman, but I believe it is actually a changeling named
Something
Waylon
that can
Brexit.
shift.
Well, I mean, the purpose was gold. We need money.
Well, we were hired by, at the time, a gentleman named Waylon Brexit, who was in, oh my god,
For what purpose?
to retrieve a book.
That was to be delivered here. He said
That
that he was working for you. I feel like we've talked about this, but we might have not.
When we parted ways, he was walking up the stairs towards here, but we did not watch him come inside, nor did we think twice about it. We traveled to here with him, and later on, when Rose was kidnapped, he took on the form of Rose, so we did not know.
So before we get too
Deceived
far
us.
ahead here, you were hired to retrieve a book from a location where this Elder Obelix was imprisoned.
A location where, what is that place called again? Nick, I would remember. I wouldn't. What was it?
Island.
Yarnum.
Yarnum. Thank you. It was Yarnum, where Magix was experimented on, and she was trapped in there. So when we came across the book, as well as information on our first, well, I guess, various second shard. And a undead. Oh my god, I'm blanking on what it's called.
I fear we are getting away from the point here that I am at least trying to make. If you are worried that there is some connection between the individual that hired you and their possible connection to the cult of Dionysus. I do not believe whatever their machinations are, this Elder Obelix does not seem to play a part in it. That sounds more like happenstance than anything.
That the Obelix
I
thing was at the cult's encampment in the jungle.
think it's taking advantage of the situation.
I agree. I believe this creature looked into each of your minds. And what is a more bountiful feast than a large collection of people who can be easily swayed? Out of all of you, young Miss Rose here had the most to offer.
That was our theory when we discussed this.
Yeah, Nick
And
brought that up already, and I'm
we-
beginning to believe it.
Fought it off, and it's disappeared. I personally believe the one from those closest to me are not at risk at all, due to it being the Enchantress Almorla. Do not believe she is in danger, but I have no idea how to find it.
Well, that is something that cannot be ignored. But I feel that there may be more pressing issues at the moment. Miss Rose, I fear we have not concluded your story.
Did I forget something?
What did the rest of you discover when you found Rose?
We did find burned pieces of paper.
Nagheim will take out the papers. I will be a second. Harry is pacing. I'm gonna put him outside, I'm sorry. But I'll put the papers down.
These papers.
Describe them, please.
Oh.
Paper is a process
I'm
that
trying to
makes-
find.
that is used by wood
Are my notes.
and pulp, and then the pulp makes the paper.
They had weapons drawn onto them. And like a drawing of some kind of like, was it triangular structure? My notes are very sparse, unfortunately.
Oh, oh my god, I've written down terrible introductions. And the creamy love that fills the void according to Xander. What am I even writing here? Jesus, this is terrible.
Yeah, that's all I have.
We found,
Weapons, and then there was like a drawing of like some kind of.
yeah, a vestige of divergence. And I have Schrodinger written down.
Okay.
Stain and Stillbend, 2-day head.
That's not it.
Og. Grand Reset, Area's the vessel.
So how about this? How about I read? How about I reread this section from the script?
Oh my god, thank you, please.
And how about we wait till Nagheim gets back?
Yeah, this is just.
No, that's great. We jot
Really
down intro
terrible
stuff, but
note-taking.
not the important details. That's fine.
I mean, I either can write notes and not pay attention to the next sentence.
Oh,
or I
trust
can
me, I
listen
am
to
not the
everything
note
and get
taker
the
in any
whole-
game. So
Hang on.
if I'm pointing
I
any
have
fingers,
that
it's
in
pointing at
here.
me.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, the awkward conversation between Rose and Kieran Sorry continues. Do you have any questions about the cult? Mr. Sorry?
So many.
Hang on. Go back.
You may proceed.
Yeah.
Sorry, I thought
That's
Viri
all
was
I
going to say something.
Wait, because I'm looking at. Yeah, that's all I have. I went through all of my different note sources and yeah, burned scraps of parchment depicting diagrams and weapons.
Okay.
Which may or may not be vestiges. I feel like I have failed as the lore keeper and note taker.
It's all good.
Yeah, that's all I have as well.
So when you were kidnapped by your recently raised wife, was there any discussion between you two that would give reason to her actions?
Yes, but Fred forgot.
Actually, if I'm being fair, Fred had the option and she said no. So,
Well, she tried to propose something to me, but I said no. So that's the maximum of the conversation we had. There wasn't really much talking. It was really mostly goo. Or ick. I think is a fancy term for it.
and it's at this point we're going to clue Nagheim in. From the camp of Dionysus area there, do you have anything written as to what may have been discovered there?
Oh god, I gotta.
Don't worry, we've already been through this.
I
We
mean,
all
I
looked at
only
our
have
notes.
what I wrote down. But no, I know I wrote stuff down.
Please
let's try-
take us out of our misery.
One sec.
Please.
We landed.
Searching around this space inside this oversized tent, you find the charred remains of a small fire in the center of the space. In the far right interior is a modest table with a stool tucked underneath it with a pillow on its seat. A few remaining quills with dried ink on their tips lay scattered about the surface with a scattering of blank parchment across the tabletop. But as you search underneath the table for any scrap, any indication of something that would make sense of everything that you have come to know of the followers of Dionysus and the current horrors that you are now aware of, you find one piece of parchment. It seems to have worn away around its edges and seems to have faded with time. It has slipped between the far table leg and pinning it against the wall. This page is an illustration, a diagram showing a geometrical shape that has been pulled apart or seemingly showing how to piece this puzzle shape together. Lines point to different plates that make up its exterior and joints that interconnect them. The reference markers are indicated by what look like 2 letters or 2 digits, but it's in a language that you don't understand. And this being the only page, whatever it is referencing to is not indicated. After searching around the rest of the tent, only finding animal skins and pillows that have been left behind, as well as a few bowls and cups where ants are feasting on whatever remained in them. I think I made that mistake the last time I said this too.
I think so too.
Yeah. You head towards the tent entrance once again and stop, just to take one last look around and decide to poke through the remains of the fire in the middle of the room, just in case there might be something there. And to your surprise, you find one tiny scrap of parchment that seems to have been almost completely burnt away by the fire. Perhaps there was more that was set ablaze, but this little fragment is all that remains. And what you see is that Oh. Hang on. Oh, where'd it go? Oh, Schneck. Oh, right, because I had like an image that I dropped on you guys too. So
Yes.
yeah, and that's where Nagheim kind of pipes up, because
Yeah.
they are, at least one of the images was familiar to you from the Sunken City.
From the underwater city. As you were like halfway through, I found my page and a half on it. So I did have things written, I swear.
I know
and
you
I
did.
wasn't wrong.
But
No,
I
you
am
weren't.
glad you filled it in because there were some details I left out that Nagheim would have remembered. And Nagheim would say, point out specifically, like, this is what we know. In a way, like, this is what's familiar and the connections. But yeah. And that, yeah. At one point, Nagheim would openly say that at one point that they believed that somehow Viria and Rose was connected without knowing because of the connection between the two the language found in two different spots. Because that is something that has concerned them since.
I am not sure I follow that logic, but these 2 pages. May I keep them for a time?
Of course.
Thank you.
And you see him
It's-
kind of look at the page and not just inspect like the surface of it, but kind of tilt it in the light to kind of look at its kind of makeup almost.
It is a way. When I was able to detect the language, I could read it a bit, but
These letters and symbology indicate Aeorian.
yes,
Hmm.
it is very old. I worry that there may be vestiges of the past being used.
I can put your mind at rest. They are not. But why would a member of a cult situated in the middle of a jungle be concerned with vestiges of divergence?
If I may, if this is connected to the Chained Oblivion, there are, I know from reading, people all around the world, not many, but enough, trying to service them. And just like a patron may reach out to another, I fear that the Chained Oblivion had reached out during Rose's ex-wife's meditation.
Now, why is this a connection, Miss Viria?
I mean, weren't these vestiges weapons to fight gods?
They were.
So, like, wouldn't a betrayer god be concerned with that? Is that
Well,
I am not seeing the
possibility?
connection between the Chained Oblivion and the Cult of Dionysus. What am I missing?
Oh,
well, first, when one enters a meditative state, they open their minds to those around them, to that around them. It may have found a connection. However, while we were dealing with the issues in my home, we found the symbol of the Chained Oblivion, keeping an elder brain hostage. And Rose was the one that recognized it before I did. I believe that the Chained Oblivion is trying to break free. In my past, and Nagheim will take a moment to look around to see how many people are around them in the library. In my past life, I had discovered how to control what the Luxin can do with rebirth. In a way. And there was a follower who was pretending to be a goddess. They were pretending to find a way, or not pretending, they were trying to find a way to bring me back so they can control what I knew. As stupid as this sounds, I believe we're all connected. Because fate is a fickle thing. And I feel as if what knowledge is locked away in my past self, in my mind, was the plan, but the rest are backup plans. A being is only as powerful as those who believe in it let it be. And now that it does not have its connection to rebirth, now that it doesn't have a false Raven Queen as its forefront, it must seek out somebody else. Perhaps a cult leader instead of a goddess.
I do not know if I agree entirely with your hypothesis. From my understanding, Miss Rose's cult had been established long before you had ever conquered Luthansia. So while there may be backup plans, as you so say, I do not know that each are connected.
It is just very hard to push off the thought that both know of the chained oblivion without a connection. And even mine may have been the backup plan. But for such a powerful being, there could be thousands of backup plans, and each of us could just be one. But
There are many powerful beings in existence, and they are known far and wide across this world. There is a following in the furthest reaches of Exandria that follow an all-knowing individual with great power at their disposal. Just as there is one within these halls that also follows that. Yet they are not connected. As far as Jorhas is, and the Underdark, even though its webs stretch far across the land, we want to see connection in order to have the answers that we require. But do not create answers that are not there. Nurture them, but do not look for a specific answer. Be open to any possibility. And from what I understand, this may not lead you to the path that you have in your mind.
I do not believe it is the answer. I believe it just happened to be happenstance. And that fate brought us together because of it. But a false deity that worshipped the chained oblivion, and now a cult leader rising in power under the same deity. It is hard to ignore that there can be threads of fate at play.
Out of character, I have a note, but I don't think Colt knows this. I have Ari Dionysus had visions of the chained oblivion.
Say that again. One more time.
Ari Dionysus had visions of the chained oblivion. But it's under the heading Rose Flashback, so this is not cult knowledge. I don't know if that's important.
I believe
I
she
will-
mentioned it to us, though.
Yeah.
Rose?
Well, that's what I described about the vision in the caves and.
Well, this time I'm in character. We can theorize as much as we want, but I would like concrete action. So what are we doing here? Are we going after Eri? Are we trying to find Lorelei?
Yeah, I'm kind of lost about this whole theory thing. I agree with Riri. What do we need to do?
Yeah, it doesn't really matter to me if anything's connected. No offense, Nagheim, but yeah, I just want to know
Where do we go?
what we're doing here.
from
Because otherwise, I'm gonna go and try and find Agnar, obviously. So.
I believe, Fury, that is part of the reason we are here. Because, as far as I am aware, we don't have a way of finding any of them. through
At
our
this
own
point,
means.
Kieran stands up and walks over to the window for a second and just kind of looks over the center where you guys arrive typically and looks out at the growing collection of the Cult of Dionysus members out there. After a moment, he comes back, hears you all discussing this together.
I do not wish to put aside all the issues that are at bay right now. But if we are looking at individual wishes and concerns versus potential concerns for the masses, if there is some connection between a chained oblivion and this cult of Dionysus, this is information worth investigating. Now, while we do not have information at our disposal now, and first-hand experiences are limited for what knowledge we can gain, we do have these items that you have presented me. I have an idea, but I will need time. If you will permit me a day or two, I would like to work on a theory.
We can stay at the Slayer's Take.
Yeah, we have errands to run. We have friends in town.
Thank you. I will notify you when I have come to a conclusion.
Kinatsari, if I may have a moment alone with you when it would be but seconds when we are finished.
Yes.
If everyone is finished.
Is there anything else you wish to discuss?
Well, if you find more shard maps,
I know who to contact.
I just want to say, Mr. Sorry, I'm sorry for starting a cult. I didn't know this would happen.
He walks slowly over to you and holds out his arms to embrace you.
Hear me now. We do things for what we perceive to be good. We cannot know the effect of our actions. I know you well enough to know that you do not have an angry heart. But no heart is without its pain. And for that I am so very sorry you have suffered in this way. if it is any consolation, to have to remove yourself from one family is a great, great burden and great pain. But from what I can see, you have found yourself in a very loving family with your friends now. Do not be burdened by these thoughts. Do not hide from your emotions. With them, you may be free.
And then at these very words, Rose will start crying in a big, loud cry that resonates through
And he will,
the area that we are in.
yeah, he will wrap his arms so that you get like the thick of the muscles just kind of pulling you in and just giving you a big squeeze. Can you? Like,
You're ruining this moment,
Albert would kind of land on Rose's shoulders and try to like
Fucking
bury
bird!
him with a...
That's where he's afraid of birds.
Oh my
sneak
god!
attack.
But Albert would try to like join in on the comfort and just like snuggle in and try to let out a bit of warmth.
Cold will reach out and like hold Viri and Nagheim's hands.
And I was like, no.
he like grabs it and holds it.
I'm asexual, you whore.
Hold my hand.
I grab Colt's hand and then I flip him over my shoulder. And
Oh my god.
okay.
Now, Nagheim wanted a word with Kieran Sari. Yep. So if you guys want to wait for them
Colt will
out in the
get up
lobby.
and
Yep.
Put his arm around Rose's shoulder and he just sort of like gives her a squeeze and goes, "When we get outside, you want to have a piggyback ride?"
Okay, you can lift me.
Don't forget to sign out for your pop-up sex book.
Oh no, Viria's gonna give you the piggyback ride. I was just offering. And he winks at Viria.
Fine.
I like to watch. What? That's a sourpuss right there. Mm.
All right, we'll walk out.
Okay. I don't know if it is your organization's realm of possibility, but in my future, I don't simply want to become an enchanter. I know there are such things as archmages, powerful people, but I don't want that power in a place. And I was wondering, and this might be a stretch, but I really do look up to your organization. The things you all seem to be doing for the better without the recognition, and I aspire to that. I would of course love to one day grow in power and respect to be an archmage, but I do, and this may be stupid, but I feel drawn to your organization. And if there is anything I can do to potentially join, I am very talented when it comes to being a scribe. It is what I feel is my specialization is. Gathering information is what I want. And helping those in need. Feel as if I could aid in that, in a way.
He leans on the table with both hands and balances on them and looks you square in the face.
I have had similar considerations. Not just for you, but you and your friends. However, in light of many things that have been revealed, I will need consideration. But this is far from the final conversation about this topic. And perhaps, if I do arrange what might come next, upon return, this conversation will be shared with the others. So do not I will say focus on one task, but do not forget this conversation.
Of course. Thank you.
I will speak to you all soon.
Yes.
And he slowly collects the pages and turns to leave through his secret chamber. And you are free to steal the remainder of the tea. He's not looking.
Don't give me ammo, dude. Seriously.
Negheim will take a moment to just... And then we'll, after a moment passes, follow after everyone else.
Albert slowly swoops down from above a bookshelf to be on your shoulder. And just as you're leaving to go join your friends,
That guy's fucking hot.
Oh my god, get out of here. Push the bird off.
Hate the game, don't hate the player.
I will definitely hate the player.
Albert, I think you're right.
I want to
Don't
see
encourage him.
him.
Don't you dare encourage him. I'm sure it's a chamber full of books and desks.
And maybe a swing.
I was literally gonna say that. Nice. One brain cell, baby.
So
Judgment
there was
Slither Wizard.
mention. I know you guys had some other things coming in, but there was mention of one particular thing, and I will get everybody to make a history check to see who remembers.
Teen.
Just teen. That's
Oh,
success.
14.
Oh, 14.
I'm waiting
got
for
it.
the roll to go through, but
No
it's
worries.
a 28.
Hey,
Thank
perfect.
God.
All right.
Well, it was a low DC,
Sorry.
so as a matter of fact, Nagheim, organizing their thoughts and everything, checklist of what they want to do, matches at the same time that Viria kind of thinks about it, like, oh yeah, we were going to go stay at the Slayer's Take. Oh wait, we owe them money.
That's right. The contract we took.
Why do you sound
help-
robotic?
Why do you sound so far away?
Hello.
Oh, there we go.
There we
That's
go.
better.
Yeah,
Okay.
no worries.
No. The contract we took on at the Gold Leaf Inn to find Marin. That was the Slayer's Take contract.
So correct me
owe
if I'm
them-
wrong, but I think they paid out 6,000, wasn't it? Or was it more?
Did we even add that to ours?
Yeah, you did, but I think you quickly spent it as well.
I think.
Oh,
What-
or we spent it for the silver weed.
Right, to travel.
Right.
So we owe the
And-
Slayers Take money.
Yeah, 10% of whatever the earnings were. So if it was 6,000, I think it was just $600
600.
or 600 gold.
600. I will bring up my calculator because I am
Odd.
gay and I don't know math.
150 each.
Yes.
All right. Yes, we do owe them 150 gold each.
Okay, well, we can go pay that off, get some rooms, and chill out in Western, go see Trixie.
I mean, I did want Trixie about whether she knows magic to undo memory modification.
I have heard of robes of a specific nature, which I believe are well out of my budget, that I wish to speak to her about. Potentially she can aid in that. So, shall we go see Trixie?
Yeah, I also want to thank her for the armor. So well.
By the way, Viria, I noticed during our fight, at one point there was some electricity, and you did not flinch.
Did I? I was just so angry. I wanted to kill that son of a bitch. I didn't realize.
I don't know if anyone else has noticed, but that is amazing. Coming over.
Considering when we tried to
Help.
diminish her fear, aversion therapy.
Getting over one's fears is an amazing feat.
Well, am I really over it? I don't know.
You are.
I know I am, but Viria's like,
Yeah.
I thought you were legitimately asking.
No. I know. Me, the player, knows. Viria did not fucking notice.
Well, what else do I have? Do I have anything electrical? Oh, I mean, I'll just make a small spark of lightning go in front of her.
Huh.
Nothing?
I mean, I'm not terrified. A little nervous, maybe, but
Aren't we all?
I mean, anybody
Everyone should be a little
lights
nervous.
fire in your face, you're gonna be a little nervous. It's a dangerous element, but you didn't freeze up. You didn't get that 1,000-yard stare you usually get.
Well,
that's convenient.
not to be greedy, but I would love to be the first to say congratulations. That is
Hey!
a huge feat.
We should drink to
Thanks.
Round-
Yes,
quick
let's
round
do
of
that.
applause and then
Mostly,
we'll drink.
so I'm not good being the center of attention, so we
You'll
should
have
do
to get
that,
used
yes.
to it, since we all do celebrate our own successes. with each
Very
other.
make a perception check.
But yes, I will drink to that.
3.
Oh
Hey,
my
yo!
god. It's amazing how poorly you roll.
As you
It
were.
really is. It really is impressive.
Unless I say, oh, attack roll, and then it's like, fucking
Oh,
crit.
and then decimated.
I mean, isn't that where it really matters?
Yeah, for our health and safety, definitely.
Very that. This is
Very
the only reason
relies
I'm still
on-
standing.
You just killing it.
So I don't notice
Also-
anything. I'll
No.
assume. Yeah, okay.
Nagheim will turn to Rose, and if she allows it, will put their arm through hers and hold her close. Like, you held up very well there as well. I'm proud of you.
I will accept the gesture.
And
Can you
Nagheim will
imagine
just
it?
kind of arm link with Rose and walk the rest of the way.
Can you imagine if I said, no, don't touch me?
I would have accepted it because it would have been fair. She just had to talk about traumatic things.
Nagheim gets an axe to the face for their trouble.
Roll for attack.
Yeah, I'll just kind of like lean over to Colt and go like, "This is an oddly good mood, aren't they?"
Yeah,
Yeah,
I
I
think
don't know
we
her.
should do a chicken race to celebrate. Rose on your back, Nagheim on mine.
Oh.
We race to Trixie's.
That's unfair. I'm wearing heavy armor. You're not.
Literally called the Sliver Wizard.
Hey, Rose,
Yeah, and you're carrying them, so that's even more unfair.
I'm
I'm
gonna
like
make
the Sliver
Rose and-
Rogue.
I'm gonna
Well-
cast Fly on Rose and I, and lift her up with me and be like, race you both there,
Oh shit!
and take off with
Fly,
Rose in the
fly,
air.
fly, 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 fly.
Unspell. No.
Question for Jason.
Hi.
Is there like like a
we gotta hydrate. But
Ooh.
I'm out.
a roof window at Trixie's where we could like open it and land from the top and be like, "Hi, Trixie," because we're flying.
Funny story. Yeah, you could try if that's what you want to do.
Okay, so while we're flying, I'm gonna be like, "Nagahim, come." Wait,
I'm also casting Fly on Colt and I, by the way.
Counterspell.
And I
Counterspell your counterspell.
I'm using it at 6th level, baby. So you gotta use that at 6th level or roll
She
a
only
16.
has 6th level.
Yeah, I'm gonna roll then.
Oh, if it's at 6th... Wait, is it? Yeah. Oh, if you are using it at 6th level, then it would...
The DC equals 10 plus the spell's level, so 16. Yeah.
Yeah, so you would break my counterspell. But I could also always just do Dispel Magic on you both.
Or it's a
I
counterspell
could-
circle jerk.
I could roar at you and frighten you. Oh no, I could force cage you.
I would counterspell that.
You just counterspelled me.
Yeah, but if I cast another
Yeah,
spell,
let's
you can turn again.
let's fucking move on.
No, we're flying. We're all flying. It's fine. We're racing it through the air.
Anyway, so I go to the rooftop, try to open up the latch of the window that's on the rooftop, and be like, Nagahim, let's do a surprise landing.
Okay, make a sleight of hand check.
Guidance.
No!
What about?
No!
And I'd be like, oh, it's locked. I can't. Okay, fine. Let's go through the door. Lame. We'll fly through the door. Be
When
like,
they fly down through the door, Colt and I will land. And I'll go like, okay, Colt, do your thing.
And I will try to unlock the top.
Oh, okay.
Bring it. 21.
You unlock it. Excellent. So as Cult and Viria tumble in through this little...
Cast Levitate on Colt as he tries to get in.
Oh,
So he cannot move forward.
oh.
Well, you guys are gone, but sure.
I mean, if we're watching him do it, I'm just gonna be like, oh.
I'll allow it.
Sure.
Because it's funny. Cole's just standing there or floating there like, wow.
So as Viria tumbles in through this unlocked window and looks around, you see a puzzled old lady sitting in her bed with like a little babushka cap on. She's like, I don't have anything of value. Why are you in my home?
I'm not a thief. I'm a dream.
Stanley! Stanley! It's happening again! They're after my giblets!
Giblets
Uh,
are fire.
Get out!
And she
Good
reaches
night.
down, she grabs a chamber pot and like halfway across the room, like, eh, and it just spills. So now you're getting the full aroma of like old
okay.
lady.
Oh,
you know, yeah.
Okay, I'm just gonna fly out and I'm just gonna drag Colt behind me.
Oh.
And you see
That
just
was
below
not
the
where-
window at the entrance to Trixie's Tricks and Treats is Nagheim and Rose waiting for you.
we didn't wait. We went in.
Okay.
Okay, either you waited and Colt got levitated, or you went in and it didn't get levitated.
Well,
So
Nagheim
which one
would've
is
Okay,
it?
fine. We
waited.
waited. We waited.
Okay.
Sorry.
That was not where we were supposed to go. I don't know who that woman was, and I'm afraid we've terrified her.
I mean,
Now, what
Yeah.
did you do?
Did you get pee on you?
No.
Wait,
No.
what?
Well,
she threw her chamber pot at us. It's fine. I mean, I
It's
told her
someone's-
we were a dream and we
Well,
just.
I guess
It's-
that's what you get for trying to go in from the roof.
you tried it first.
I tried nothing.
Yeah,
Also,
we
levitate's
failed.
broken.
Why would you try
Okay.
something we failed?
Well,
Shall we go inside?
regardless, now we know it's apartments above Trixie's shop.
How does that work? I'll have to ask her.
A staircase. Have you heard of that, Nagheim, before?
Yes, but above a shop of magic,
Today's episode.
and I've been up her staircase.
I mean,
and
We
I've
learn
been in a
about
chamber
architecture.
alone
Have
writing
you?
scripts, and
You've been in her chambers.
yes, remember when I made
Remember we have-
scrolls for the people to help kill my own people?
Yeah. You like to bring that up, don't you? Okay, go back in.
Something.
Yes, because it was very traumatic giving
did-
magic
they did
towards
work.
people kill.
Like for a year in there, so
I was in there for a long ass
a,
time.
a long time. Anyhow, and he just opens the door. If the shop is indeed open.
It is. And inside you see the familiar multicolored displays of all the potions, scrolls, armaments, weapons, and you hear this screechy kind of sound coming from above you as a child falls from 4 feet above you, just and levitates before boom, boom.
Told you it worked! And you see,
And you see another child take a jump off, and they start tumbling down before they come to a screeching halt just mere inches from the floor, and then and you see just past them on top of the counter to Trixie's is a big bowl that says free samples, and inside you see the very familiar Featherfall bubble gum.
I'm gonna grab a handful.
Yeah.
How many is that?
For you guys, 3.
All right.
We're getting
Alright.
raided.
I do have
Oh.
Hello.
Thank you.
Thank you for the raid.
As though we love you.
Bonjour.
Hope your session went well. We're doing bullshit.
Always.
Thanks
Well,
for
you're doing
raiding.
bullshit.
We love you.
Behind the scenes, I'm gonna get the French speakers to teach me how to say this properly.
Yes.
Pour une poignée de pièces d'or.
Exactly.
We're
This
gonna
translates
spell that
for-
out.
Yeah.
It's a handful of gold, pretty much.
Yeah.
Oh,
That's
what
a
it
good
is.
name.
Or a handful of gold.
Cool.
Right on.
It's really good.
Mm.
But you guys are in Trixie's Tricks and Treats. What all do you want to do?
I would like to enter yelling, Trixie! We're here!
Make a perception
fly.
check. Natural 20. You are so perceptive, you do a spin in the air as you're just kind of flying in midair there, and you see the beaded curtains kind of scatter beyond. You hear the little of her little hooved feet as she comes running, barreling towards you and leaps, and you Superman sweep in to catch her, and it's like this tumbling embrace.
how are you? Oh my god, it's been so long. Oh my god, when's the last time you guys were here? I don't even remember. Are you thirsty? Are you hungry? Hey, you want to hang out? Oh my god, it's so good to see you all.
Yes, to all the above.
Awesome!
How'd that go?
How are you, Trixie?
Sensory overload.
I'm good. I'm good. So, what do you guys have to do? What's up? You're here for stuff. You're here for. What are you here for? Hi.
Rose? I believe you said you were here for...
Oh, yeah, I'm out of potions.
Oh, okay. Cool. Come
Yeah,
right
we need
this way.
healing potions.
You're gonna have to put me down. You gotta put me down.
Yeah,
I can't
we'll take care of that,
Thank you.
and then I have a question for you, Trixie.
As do I, but I will go last.
I probably have answers for all that stuff.
Probably.
And she gets behind her counter, and you see her little head kind of as she gets up on the stairwell behind there because she's not tall enough to look over the counter.
Okay, hit me. What do you want?
Okay, so, how much should the potions cost again?
Which ones do you want? I got everything.
Well, the healing ones, the ones that make you feel good.
I like those ones. Okay, so there's 4 of them, right? Do you want just the regular stuff? Do you want a greater one? Do you want a superior one? Or do you want like the big kahuna and get the supreme one?
How much is a greater?
Greater one, 150.
Okay, and how much is superior?
The superior is 450.
And how much
much is the Supreme just for fun?
That one is 1,350.
Oh, okay.
For us? I tried. I'm not good at bartering.
No,
We
that
all
is
know
the
this.
discount price.
Yeah.
Dagheim's just like,
Oh.
no.
I mean, what if we get several? Could you give us maybe a
buy in bulk?
buy one get one?
Maybe.
Come on, Trixie, you know us.
Oh, meaning, I forgot. Colt's gonna pull out the rock feather,
Ooh.
and he's like, we tried it out.
Okay.
It was on a different dimension or a different plane of existence.
Holy
So
shit.
we didn't get to really get the full experience. But it does work, and it's a big fucking bird.
Oh.
It's a
Yeah.
rock.
It's a rock. ROC.
Fuck yeah, rock and roll. All right.
So,
Rock and roll, yeah.
Okay, I have my order, Trixie.
Awesome.
but since I tested that out, and he kind of like winks at Rose, like, just give me a second, it might get us a better price. Since I tested it out and it's still intact, could you see to maybe dropping that price on those healing potions for us?
We don't even know the price yet.
Oh my gosh.
We can go drinking with you again. Rose and I are over that experience with the fountain.
I won't drink your Fey wine, but I'll drink regular wine.
Oh, but that stuff's
I
so
can partake.
good.
Oh,
Yeah,
Trixie,
I'll
I
have-
am.
I'll
drink
have
it.
some of the Fey wine.
Oh,
My
awesome.
alcohol tolerance is
Not
not
great.
that high.
Well,
I'm gonna
not
put
about,
that
it's
in
not
there.
about tolerance. It's about your ability to just go with the flow.
Trixie,
Yeah, as
you
long
and
as
I
we don't
both
vandalize
know.
the place again. That's
Oh, well,
all
I can't guarantee that. So maybe
Yeah,
we
Trixie.
don't do that.
so-
You and I both know how not easy it is for me to go with the flow.
Exactly. That's why you have the wine. Then you don't even care.
It's still a little too strong for me, my dear.
That's okay. You have fun in your own ways. I'll have all the rest of the fun. Okay, so what are we? How many?
Okay, so I'll have 4 superior
Uh-huh.
and 2 greater, and I'll give you 2,000 gold.
Hang on. I'm good at making shit. I'm not good at mathing shit. Okay, one more time. You said how many of what?
I would like 4 superior and 2 greater for the price of 2,000 gold, please.
Sorry, you're throwing too many numbers. 4 of the superior.
I'm basically asking for a 100 gold discount.
Okay, I just want to make sure I get the math first, though. So
Yep.
I got the superior,
450 times 4.
and you want how many greater?
Greater 2 times
2?
2. So that
Okay.
comes to 2,100, and I'm asking to only do 2,000.
Yeah, that's easy enough. Yeah.
Anyone else?
Rose, I think we should all chip in for those. Maybe 2 more greater, just to be on the safe side, so we each have 1 on a person.
Well, sure. I mean,
Just
this was
how
just
many-
my personal stock.
Oh.
Oh, this is your personal stock.
I was gonna get 3 potions of superior healing and 2 greater.
And I can heal, but that's a very low amount of healing, so get some potions, but I can do some healing.
So that would be. Can we do 1,500?
Okay.
For, are we doing Rose's order separate from you two as well? Or is this a bulk thing?
Because Rose said she wanted her own stock. So.
Okay.
Yeah, I think so.
So 2 grand for Rose, that's good. Colt, you were wanting how much?
I will have 2 greater and 1 superior.
2 greater, 1 superior. Okay, so 3, so 750. Okay, so 700 for cult. And Viria, you wanted what?
3 superior, 2
Two.
greater.
2 greater. Okay. She can do 1500 for that.
Yep, that's what I'm offering.
Okay.
Anything else?
Well, mine is a bit different. I had been in contact with the Enchantress Amarla's staff and had to use its abilities, which broke it, to save myself. The staff gave me the ability to use more magic than normal. And I know it is expensive, and something I would be willing to either work off or work with you in trying to recreate.
You watch as Trixie begins to hyperventilate.
Yeah.
You broke that?
I was held by pretty much by my neck by a person impersonating the Raven Queen and had no way out of her grasp.
Oh, good.
I know.
You know how...
I'll reach over and rub Trixie's back.
I know.
Think
Oh,
of
look
the
at that
one.
object work.
Where's the
Trixie.
one? I'll go get
It was... I felt at the time either this staff
I'm seeing spots.
or my own life. And I know the Enchantress would have brought me back and then probably killed me again if I chose not to preserve my own life after all she has been through.
Have you told her that you broke her fucking wand?
I have a feeling she knows.
She's gonna kill you still.
I know,
Oh,
but
God.
for a different reason.
Oh, God.
And I will pull out the mist cloak and waft it off and be like, I had a feeling you had a hand in this staff. I cannot offer you much for right now, but I feel like, as a gift, the mist cloak,
Oh.
just to help settle your nerves.
Oh, no.
It is a magical item I am sure you can use in some way for your store.
I might be able to pawn this off to somebody, like, down in Jorhas. Yeah, I'll give it a shot. If I make anything off it, I'll let you know.
Oh, you don't need to... No, I had a feeling, ever since I met you, that the Enchantress's... What is she used to say? Connection was you. So,
Who's the Enchantress?
Morla, she's another drow.
I don't
You
know
know,
who
the
this is.
staff that you just hyperventilated over.
Because it's a fucking staff that gives you more magic! I mean, why would you break that?
Well,
Again-
Doesn't matter.
Trixie, look, they don't want money for the cloak, but I have one as well, and I would very much be open to the idea of money.
Okay. Well,
For it.
if I sell it, then I'll know, like, how much to give you. But I've
Yeah.
never seen this.
But yes, Trixie,
So here you go, and I'll just give it to her.
Okay.
I would, if possible, work towards recreating a staff of sorts. I know. But there is also, which is a big order as well. I know there are robes that archmages tend to wear. I feel as if I am to move forward in my own life missions. I would be in need of one of the two.
Well, that's not really what I do. I mean, that's all due to like the colleges and everything like that. So you gotta be like enrolled and
Not
do all that
becoming
fancy shit.
an archmage,
Oh.
per se.
Okay.
But the magical items they have, I feel getting into a college as a drow, well, might not be the easiest of jobs due to the history with the wars and such. But, and I'm not sure if they're the same role as the enchantress robes, I should say, that the enchantress wears, but either recreating her staff or recreating robes of sort would be of greater help for our missions to be.
Well, okay, because like, so I think you're kind of confusing as to like what I do and like what other people do. So like I can make most anything, right? But there are certain things that you kind of have to go through the process and like build it based on yourself. Like the fact that you were able to kind of wield this Emeraga's staff or whatever, you know, that's one thing. But I think that's because of like your relationship. You had like enough of a bond there that you could wield it. But it's like part of the person. You can't just like make something and like, you know, you've got one of those. It's like the person has to create it, not like you can't hire someone to do it. And for the road kind of thing, I mean, that's like, you know, giving somebody a degree. You know, I can't just give you a degree because like you didn't do the stuff. You know what I mean?
First of all, create it.
Create it.
How would one begin the process?
I don't know. I know a lot of stuff, don't get me wrong, and like, whew, you should see me just pop off. But I mean, that stuff, like, it's down a certain avenue of like training and skill, and I don't dabble in that kind of stuff.
I believe I have someone I need to contact.
Okay.
But for the robes, I wish to be able to give more back than what not only the Drow society has claimed to be able to give, but this own society.
Wow, we're getting heavy.
Yes, I have seen. We have all seen so much.
I was just gonna sell you a wand, but holy shit.
And anything that can aid me. To be fair, Trixie, we are friends. And this is something I have not said to the others, but since we are in company of friends and everyone else, you're getting there.
Yeah.
I do wish to become somewhat of an archmage one day. And I feel, as much as I love this armor that I am wearing, it's not quite fitting fully of a mage.
You watch as she steps down for a quick sec off her little stool, ducks down, and then she pops back up with a piece of parchment in her hand. She climbs right back up and slides the piece of parchment over to you. And at the top, it says, enrollment application for West Hall Academy.
That's as good as I got.
Well,
you gotta start somewhere, right? Nowhere but up! Hey!
I've already received the blessing of 2 deities. Why not receive the blessing of some mortal human? Am I right? And I kind of will pull out their pen and just start filling it out casually.
What's everybody else doing?
Colt still has the glowing vegetable matter.
Oh, yeah, okay.
He's like, Trixie took back the feather token, correct?
Yes. For purchase, I'll say it's about $3,000.
No, I should have just kept it, but he's honest
Yeah.
enough. So Nagheim says that this glowing vegetable matter might be of use into hiding our location or being detected. Can you have a look in? I don't know how much you're into botany, but is that a possibility for us?
Well, let me check it out.
Keep in mind, this was all around a being that was taking the persona of a deity. The deity could somehow not intervene. When you're researching this, I just want you to be careful, Trixie.
No worries.
Because I don't have a grasp on personally what it fully is.
I am totally pro when it comes to this kind of stuff. I can figure this out, no problem. Okay, let me see this.
And you see her just stuff one of them in her mouth for a good second. And you just see like the drool kind of going around the edges. And she kind of like, you can see her kind of working her tongue into the whole mix of it. And then spits it back out onto the thing.
Oh, yeah, okay. Yeah, I can like whip up like a potion or something like that. You know, it'll be a little chunky when it goes down, but it'll work. You know, little more travel ready. You know what I mean?
So, what would this potion entail?
Uh,
What would it do specifically?
Specifically, well, you can probably like kind of hide you from any kind of scrying or any kind of like divination kind of stuff, as like the holy people like to say. And it'll probably last for at least like an hour, maybe some change.
Is it possible to use this into creating a more of an amulet or a ring of some sort?
Nah, because like even if you have it in an amulet, it's gonna fade away afterwards.
That's why they collected so much.
Yeah, this is kind of like organic. Anything organic is like, it's got like an expiry date on it, you know? It's like cheese.
Well, if you want to whip us up a potion, how much would that run us?
Well, I mean, you guys brought me the stuff, so you know, I don't know. Well, we can call it even. I don't know. How many do you have?
That's what I got. Oh wait.
The one I slobbered on?
I can't remember how much I was.
I think I also brought some, to be honest.
I feel like there was some in Nom Nom, but I could be wrong.
Oh, I believe I put. Did I send some to you, Ari? Did I put it in there? Let me look at my. Oh. I think I gave some to Ari. Or I know I had written down at one point glowing stuff.
Because Nagheim originally asked me to hang on to it because I popped some in my bracelet because it was curious.
That's right. I was gonna
look
take
into it
some,
later.
but there was the hint of it might go bad if I take it.
Because I have cults list here and it's not mentioned.
Yeah, it's
No,
just that small amount has just been in my wrist pocket. So yeah, Cult to be like,
Well,
actually, that was it.
to be fair, I could go back and get more.
I don't think it's super necessary, but now we know what it is.
I mean, I
So if we
kind of
find
already
ourselves,
knew.
we'll harvest them and fill our sacks full of it, and then bring
It-
it back.
It is very common in the Underdark, specifically around where my home was.
It'll be our side hustle.
Well, I can whip something up. It'll probably take like a day or two.
Sure, we're in town for like a day or two.
Might have a little bit of Trixie spit in it, I'm not gonna lie, but should still work.
Colt just looks at Nagheim and is like,
Trixie looks back at you.
I'm like, what are we doing here?
Oh, I can here. I'll presto or spit out of it.
Not out of her mouth.
No.
Although, if you want to get back at somebody, I don't like you. No more spit in your mouth. That's a terrible feeling.
Arcane magic on things that have magical properties kind of dilutes it a little bit. It's okay. It might just be a half hour. It's all good. I'll see what I can do.
And she gingerly now takes this little lump of fleshy goodness and takes it to the back.
I mean, I always have something interesting. What are you looking for?
Well, I have this comb of alteration, and I'll probably use it. But I'm just wondering if there's something else that might be able to disguise me a little bit better other than just hair color.
Oh. Like how so?
Well, like change my face maybe a little bit.
Oh.
Let's see if I can find this.
Oddities, the 420 years.
Yeah. Well, if you want an item, there's a hat of disguise, goes for about 5 grand. There's a scroll of disguise self. Might be like a one-time use kind of thing, 120.
120?
Mm-hmm.
Is that a common spell?
I believe so, yeah.
What did we discuss? I know we've talked about
Oh.
casting on scrolls. We have to have the correct intelligence. Do I have to be the class of that spell school?
Certain ones, but I mean, this looks like almost like a cantrip. So I think if you beat the spell regardless, you should be okay.
If you want multiple, I do have this scroll of Pass Without a Trace. That I believe none of us can use except a higher level bard.
Well, I was just thinking of doing tradesies.
Well, yes.
If I give you,
That comb is worth more.
I don't know how much the comb of alteration is worth. How much is this comb worth?
No fucking idea.
Okay. Well,
That's the
never
one thing
mind
they
then.
don't tell you on D&D Beyond when you have
I
like
know,
a homebrew
there's-
thing.
there's no information.
It's considered a wondrous item,
Mhm.
Yeah.
which makes it's an uncommon wondrous item, which means it is still more rare than like a rare item because it's wondrous.
Yeah, it's green is
So-
sort of lower tier.
Was I picking up on the idea that Nagheim wanted to trade the scroll of Pass Without a Trace for multiple scrolls of Disguise Self? Is that what you
Or
wanted to do?
multiple scrolls of
That
if
variety.
Cult wanted more just
Yeah.
to because we don't really have a full use because
Yeah, I can come up with something later down the road for the comb if you want.
Sure.
But if you wanted to do this route, you at least get the scroll.
Well, how about I don't know, Trixie, if you can check into seeing how much this comb of alteration is worth, but I would love to trade it for maybe a portion of the Hat of Disguise off, or a couple of the Disguise Self scrolls.
Alright, I can check it out.
Yeah, I mean, we'll be back anyway for our potion.
For sure.
So we'll check in on that, and that's all I need, other than you're coming out for drinks later, yeah?
Hells yeah. Ladies, anything else for you guys?
Well, I didn't really have anything in mind, but I did want to thank you for the armor again.
Oh. Cool. It worked out?
Yeah, I mean, I've worked with it, and apparently now I don't fear lightning anymore as
Well,
much as I did.
that's awesome. Right on.
Oh.
Sorry, I had tuna fish. That's gonna, yeah, it'll hit you.
Right, but I mean, the only thing I would be looking for concretely. Sorry, that was quite the burp. I'm still getting.
You had Caesar
With the-
salad. Yeah, we're even.
No, I mean your burp.
Oh.
Still reeling from it. Do you have anything that might help me take hits a little better? Like an AC boosting item?
I was gonna make Trixie say, yeah, stop being a bitch. No.
Oh dear.
But that's not
Beria just
Trixie.
looms over her. How tall is Trixie?
She's about golf ball size. Bink.
Huh. Oh, I mean, there's like a whole bunch of like armors all over the place that kind of like buff you up in that way. Anything in mind?
I don't know. Is there some way to further enhance the armor I'm wearing? Why did I turn Irish for a moment there? Anyway.
Well, see, that's the kind of thing, like, it kind of doubles down on the price. You're better off just getting, like, something fresh. Because then you pay for, like, the disenchantment, and then the re-enchantment of something with something else. And depending on how expensive that is, then you're paying for the disenchantment and the enchantment. You know what I mean? So it's probably better just to kind of pick out, like, an armor that you like, and then enchant that.
I'm in town for a few days anyway.
Well, there you go.
And the other question I had was, 'cause you're obviously knowledgeable about magic. Would you?
Stop.
I mean, you are. I know someone who's been hit by some kind of spell that modifies memories.
Ooh, harsh.
Is there a way to reverse that?
Yeah, as far as I know. I mean, I can't think of many things that are... Well, no, death. Well, no, there's something for that, too.
Restore the memories as they were is what I mean, not...
Oh.
Yes.
I think so? That sounds like, You know, there are certain things that, you know, I just don't really dabble in. And that might be one of them.
Well, if you know...
Yeah.
If you can tell me that it's possible, I'll...
It is. I mean, most things are. The only person... This isn't a guarantee, but the only person I can think of who would know about stuff like that is probably Oriana.
She was the other person I was intending to ask about.
Oh, solid. Oh, wait! Oh my god, what if I invite her out for drinks with us?
I mean, sure. I don't...
I haven't partied with her in so long! She has such a stick up her ass sometimes, and she needs to get out of the house a little bit more, because, I mean, as sweet as, like, her kid is, I mean, you could... Kids, right? And then just... You know, so, yeah. Oh, I'm gonna get in touch with her. I'm gonna do that right now. Oh, okay, well, we're closing up shop for the night. Everybody, get out. Thank you.
Come on, do it. Go, go, go.
Yeah, like, usher people out, intimidation.
Yeah, me too.
Push people out too.
Excellent.
Lady said, "Get out."
And with that swift exit, everybody helping to push everybody out of Trixie's Tricks and Treats so she can get in touch with people and set up for an awesome fucking night on the town. We're gonna end it there for today.
A lot of lore and shopping. Yay.
We had 15 live viewers for our shopping. It was
Oh,
awesome.
awesome.
I was like, thanks for watching, everyone. We appreciate it.
Oh,
I promise
man.
to get interesting at some point again.
Right on.
We have to shop. It's necessary.
Yeah.
God, now I
It
need
ain't
to
D&D
fucking
without a shopping episode.
contact the Enchantress.
So, with that, we're going to leave it here for tonight, but we're going to be back here same time, same channel next Sunday. So, please join us then. And until then, as we always like to say at the end of our shows,
Hop, save, sack.
Eat your condoms, the fuck?
Nom 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 nom.
So, pollution.